What is up, everybody? SE back here with another week of the KCM. We're going to start things off with a ZVP. Jaedong is back, boys. Getting into game number 1 here on Allegro. Let's get it started. Alright, we got Mini over here in the top left-hand corner. We got Jaedong in the bottom right, the red Zerg player. We've got a sick lineup here this week. Not only is Jaedong back, but we've also got Stork coming out for the Protoss race. And Barracks making yet another appearance here, so this is pretty sweet, man. Pretty sweet lineup here. We've also got Royal Light, Snow, Mini, Hero, and Soul Key, so plenty of S-tier players here. Hopefully going to give us some great games. I'm a little bit afraid for Jaedong to be starting off here against Mini. I want to see him go far. I want to see him have some good games, but Mini is incredibly strong in this matchup. Has a lot of good ideas, brings out a lot of interesting play, and is going to be a serious hurdle for Jaedong to overcome here if he wants to put on a good performance today. And of course, we always like to see Jaedong do well. Jaedong, huge popularity still in the foreign scene, of course the Korean scene as well, but this guy brings in the numbers, boys. I've got players and people who watch, shout out to you guys who always type in the chat, in the comment, if Jaedong's playing, I'm watching, and I understand. This guy has been around forever. He's a fantastic player. But shouldn't you just always be watching? Let's be real here, guys. This is a great series. And I don't think that Jaedong's the only one who's worth watching for sure. Looks like we've got a fake, possibly, cannon rush here. What was placed down at the front? I think it was a forge. Yeah, it looks like a forge, so could potentially try to throw down some cannons, but Jaedong already on top of that with the drone in the natural, just making sure no shenanigans can come down here. And the Mini going to throw down a nice quick Nexus. He's seen the spawning pool there in the main. Oh, he's gonna lose the drone. 3 HP. Does manage to get a extractor started and keeps that alive. So drone does manage to escape there. It gets full HP the moment that it cancels the extractor build. Of course, it does cost 25 minerals, but whatever, it's fine. Does it actually cost 25? I think it might actually... You get 75% back, so it only costs like 15 minerals, is that right? Might be wrong on that, but anyway. We've got Jaedong saving up a couple larvae. I think this is going to be some lings popping. And back at home, Mini, basically the most greedy build you can possibly imagine. We got a gateway here and a assimilator before any cannons start. He is going to throw in a cannon finally, but he went forge, nexus, gateway, assimilator, then the cannon. That is some serious greed. And look at this cannon placement. Wow, these buildings are very strangely placed here. I don't think I've seen exactly this this placement ever before. This is a little bit weird. The forge is way out in the front, and oh, Jaedong, he's gonna go for a Hydralisk bust. This guy has been really favoring the Hydralisk bust in previous PVZs, in the most recent PVZs that we've seen. Really, it seems to like to get in there and deal that damage in the early game, try to get in and break through the Protoss defenses, at least put on the pressure, if nothing else, and kind of take control of these EVPs. But we'll see how Mini scouts this out. Is he going to be able to get into the main base? Looks like probably not, but Zerglings are out here in the field. We have seen Jaedong make mistakes before, but generally not with these early lings. He's very good with the early ling play. Should be able to keep this probe out of his base and secure that that intel make sure that Mini is not prepared for when this attack does come. So we've got a few drones here at the front, at the third base. That's probably going to tip the hat here if he doesn't continue to build drones. Only 4 at the front. It is 973, so if you just come up to the third base at about this time and see only 3 drones in mining at that third base, it's a pretty much a dead giveaway. But adding on a few more drones there, now popping out some Hydralisks, maybe he's hidden this well enough that he can get away with this. Still no Zergling speed, and the Stargate is quite a bit faster than it regularly would be. Oh, I'm gonna get it. No, does not pick that off. Stargate is a lot faster here because the Nexus first was very, very quick. Getting that very, very quick Nexus first, plus the gateway and assimilator super, super fast. Here's 2 cannons popping up. Did he actually see the Hydralisk or not? Now he sees it for sure. And the Hydras are just making their way up towards this natural, but the second cannon does finish already. So 2 cannons done here. He needs to keep this Overlord alive. Oh god, the Overlord. Okay, will be able to keep that alive, looks like. Has the Hydralisk speed, but not the range for now. However, he should be able to pick off this this forge, even without range. The forge is in such a position that there's really no way to defend that in this situation. And a 4th base goes down immediately here from Jaedong, so he's not actually planning to break through here, it seems. Instead, just going to take out this forge, and he should be able to get it before the +1 is finished. Looks like Mini wants to sack some zealots, maybe to buy that time, try to get this forge to finish its upgrade. Oh man, oh, he doesn't get it. Does not get it, has to cancel. Gets his money back at least. Double forge in the main. This is a very common follow-up for the Protoss if they lose their early forge, to get the double forge in the main and get double upgrades after this. Looks like running up here now, he's gonna try and break down some of these cannons. This is a little bit crazy, getting some cannons here, but actually just 1 cannon. He kills off all the zealots as well, but just getting 1 cannon while he's droning up back at home seems like a bit of a waste in terms of the Hydralisk here. You really want to keep a good number of Hydras in the front so that you can back at home drone a little bit more freely. However, this is still a lot of Hydras up here at the front. Could he actually break through here? That's only 4 cannons and 3 zealots. That's not a lot of cannons there. 4 cannons probably would go down very, very quickly. It seems like Jaedong not gonna go for it for now. He is gonna pick off this gateway though, and more zealots are popping out. The zealot speed is done, so that probably wouldn't work at this point. If he tried to dive onto these cannons, the zealots would probably clean everything up. Lair is on the way now, and with that lair coming down, it leads me to believe he might be going for some quick lurkers after this. Maybe he wants to get a contain going on Mini, since he does have this 4th base up. That might be really, really strong. Let's see what he decides to do here. 4th base is mining, and the 3rd gas at the 4th base is already up, so that really makes me feel like he wants to go into some lurker play. 1 Overlord does get picked off in the middle of the map, and that Overlord going down is going to supply block his opponent for a little bit here. Bit annoying there for Jaedong. Ooh, just barely pushes that away in time. 18 HP left on that Overlord, so not able to get that for now. However, he should be able to loop around and find that a little bit later. Not really much chance of being able to defend that with that little amount of HP. Looks like Zealot's gonna come out here. They don't have enough numbers to break these Hydras, but 3 do manage to sneak out on the map. So that's something. Gonna be able to get out here and potentially deal some damage. We've got 4 bases here from Jaedong and not a whole lot of static defense, so he is gonna have to be a little bit careful here. That Overlord does go down. Not quite supply blocking Jaedong, but yeah, he's got quite a few different areas to defend now. Dark Archon. Oh, wow. A Dark Archon coming down already for Mini. That's very interesting. I almost feel like the DTs might have been a little bit of a better choice. There's so many different locations here to get out and and deal some damage, but I don't know. Maybe there's going to be a transition here from Jaedong. I didn't see it happening, but... Ooh, he gets a Corsair. There's so few Corsairs. This might bait Jaedong into going for some mutas. With only 2 Corsairs alive right now. Okay, there is a Spire here, and he's forced this away. So he hasn't actually seen the Spire yet, but the Maelstrom is going to be so strong if he does come in and try to use the try to switch into Mutalisk. Now, building that Dark Archon this early, he might... Oh yes, Mutas are popping out. Wow, what a read from Mini. Mini just so smart, man. Showing just 1 Corsair throughout the game. Or sorry, 2 Corsairs throughout the game, just kind of displaying, hey, I don't have a lot of anti-air, I don't have a lot of anti-air, but here's the Dark Archon ready to go. Tons of Dragoons popping out here. He's got a Templar ready to go as well. Let's see, where are the Mutalisks going? They're headed towards the main base. Going for some kills here. Where's that Dark Archon? Dark Archon here in the main. Oh my god, he got so many Mutalisks here, and a big storm. Looks like a bunch of probes gonna go down as well, but good dodging overall. Oh my god, just absolutely wrecked there. About 8 to 10 mutas get killed in that exchange. That was a massive win for Mini. Tons more Hydras popping out here. What are we at with hatcheries now? I think there's got to be like 8, 9 hatcheries at this point. So a lot of hatches here for Mini. +1/+1 is done for... or tons of hatcheries for Jaedong, excuse me. Mini with +1/+1. Another hatchery coming down. God! So many hatches here. So many Hydras. And even after losing all of those mutas, he's still ahead in supply here. 15 supply ahead of Mini at this point. Mini coming out to take his 3rd. Not too much that Jaedong can do about it at this moment. There's still quite a bit of Storm here. And a lot of Dragoons ready to go. But look at the number of Hydras here. Is Jaedong actually going to try and break this location? Hydras coming from the south. Hydras coming from the east here as well. Going to hit this location. Big Storm there on the right-hand side. Big Storm on the left. And another great one on the right. These storms are insane, just dealing tons and tons of damage. And shove back these Hydras on the right-hand side as well. Look at these Dragons just kind of glitching out around, but the storms are insane again. Big storms on the Hydras in the south. More and more Hydras rallying up here. Where are the reinforcements for Mini? There they are coming up here. It's pure Dragoon though. Pure Dragoon versus pure Hydra, not the greatest in the world. Where are the storms? We need more storms. Oh, pretty good storm there, but the cannons have all gone down and the Dragoons are in such a low number that it looks like Jaedong going to be able to overwhelm. Oh, Maelstrom on the Hydras. Oh, that's such a good storm. Crazy good storm there. I really feel like Mini needed some more Zealots during that fight. He needed something to take some more of that damage to push back the Hydras, but now with Zealots popping out, there's some Lurkers being produced here. Lurkers up in the front, and I think the moment these Lurkers are finished, Jaedong gonna take the fight to Mini once again. The cannons are not quite finished. Here comes Hydras and Lurkers from the right-hand side. Let's see how this goes. This is quite an open area, so Mini's struggling to defend. Oh, he's out of position for just a second, and here comes the Lurkers getting into good position. Getting into the face of Mini's army. There's the Dark Archon going down. It gets focused. Here's a couple of good storms, but oh, that storm on the top is really good, but the Zealots are just about cleared out. More Hydras coming up from the south. Mini getting pushed back here right up onto his cannons. The cannons are finished, but they're not going to be enough. All of the probes are being sent through this Lurker. Oh, 6-kill Lurker. It does miss the last shot, but that is a fair amount of probes going down, and Mini's 3rd base dies. Oh no, this is so bad for Mini. Mini with only 2 bases versus 4 here from Jaedong. Jaedong in an amazing macro position now, just needs to keep sending forth the Hydra Lurker and should be able to clutch this game out. That is a crazy number. Oh, Dark Templar coming around the right-hand side. It is spotted, though. It is spotted and chased down here by Jaedong. I don't think he can make it out. No, will run back on in, and more Hydras pop. They will fire this down. Oh, wait. Okay, there we go. He does shoot that down. Not too many lurkers here in the front, not too many Hydras, but a big rally just behind this here. He's bringing forward the Scourge as well in order to pick off the Observer. If an Observer goes down here, there's almost no way to get out on the map and actually break this, because lurkers are on the way here. There's going to be a huge wall of lurkers in the front in a big old concave here right in front of Mini's face, and there's not too much he can do about it unless he can break out right here, right now. Here he comes, jumping forward. He loses the Templar. The storm was pretty decent, but Jaedong with just way too many units here. Lurkers start to burrow, forcing back the Zealots. The Hydra's just going to run up here, possibly pick off this High Templar. Oh, just barely not. Only 2 more seconds, and it can throw down another storm, but is it going to be enough? I don't think so. A couple of probes try to sneak out on the map, but they do get picked off. The one headed towards the top right also got picked, unfortunately, and yeah, these two forges no longer spinning. The +2/+2 is nice, but sure, Mini would have loved to have more units during that battle earlier. His storms were fantastic. His positioning was pretty decent, but overall, Jaedong just macroing like a god. Huge amounts of Hydras just spilling across the map. The storm dodge is not the best, but this guy, oh my goodness, so many Hydras just pouring up here, and GG, Mini taps out. Jaedong, overwhelming numbers here. The swarm descends on Mini's base and completely crushes him out of this game. GG, man. Jaedong takes a great win there. A Hydra bus transfers into a very nice 4-base play, and Mini just not able to stop it. There we go. Jaedong takes game number 1. Well, an outstanding first game there from Jaedong. Really turning on the macro mode there. You can see that he's been practicing a lot. He's been hitting his builds just perfectly there. And generally when you see a Zerg player try to do a Hydraless bust in the early game, it feels like they're going to have to take a serious hit to the economy in order to do that. And it gives the Protoss some breathing room afterwards. They can generally pretty easily take their own 3rd base. But not the case here against Jaedong, hitting his macro perfectly, not overcommitting to the Hydraless bust, although he did try to dive in a couple of times, which I would think would really be damaging to his overall strategy. However, just getting the drones out at the perfect time, he defended his overlords very, very nicely from the Corsairs, and yeah, he hits everything perfectly. He hits his macro so insanely well that the numbers are completely overwhelming, and it didn't even feel like he had done an earlier Hydra bust at all. He looked like he was completely ready to take that into a late game, as though he had just been macroing the entire time. Anyway, I'm going off on Jaedong a little bit too hard here. We're in our next game against Barracks. Barracks in the bottom left-hand corner. This is, of course, Odyssey, that crazy double gas in the main map with the back expansion behind the gate. And Barracks here going for an interesting build. He is changing things up a little bit. Look at this factory. I haven't seen Barracks play too much recently, but I definitely know he wasn't playing this build. This is a build that has been out of style for quite a long time. You can see he's not mining gas, so he's not going to be throwing down a starport after this. Instead, just going for a factory here, and we'll have to see where he wants to take this build, because this is a bit strange. Now we've got a drone gonna come in and scout once again. He's managed to get around these marines here and will get over towards the natural. He sees that there's no marines pumping. I'm not sure if he can actually see that factory or not, but with that information, oh yeah, he loses the drone, but with that information he should know to throw down a sunken colony. Yeah, there it is, sunken colony in the front, and that should be able to push away this vulture no problem. Now, where is Jaedong going to go from here? He is setting himself up for what looks like a 2-base build. Not too many drones here at the natural as of yet. Is going to be drawing that up a little bit harder now. Will block out this SCV as well. Very nicely done. Not allowing the SCV to get in there means he's going to be keeping Barracks blind for a bit longer, and Barracks out on the map with his 2 marines. He's actually looking for that Overlord. The Overlord actually went through the middle of the map, so a bit of a dangerous route for Jaedong, but Barracks is not going to find that. It's already over his 3rd base, and there's just, yeah, there's no way that couple of marines can find it now. Maybe if he had headed directly out of his base to the right, he could have caught that, but at this point Jaedong's Overlord is now safe. We've got a 3rd hatchery on the way now for Jaedong there at the natural. It's just going to block things up a little bit more. So if there happened to be, for example, vulture speed on the way here, that wouldn't end up working. And oh god, another factory here. Very interesting. I think we're going to see a Goliath build. I think, yeah, this is most likely Goliath build, and we have not seen a Goliath build for a very long time. Evolution Chamber, interesting, from Jaedong to go along with his Spire. Engineering bay here on the way. There's the armory, and yeah, this build is a little bit old school. It's not that old school. It's like I think 2 or 3 seasons ago this was really popular. Saw it on ladder a whole lot, but it's not as popular as it used to be, especially not in the pro scene, because the pro players have really figured this one out. They seem to have gotten this build down to the point where it's just not very effective against these pro Zergs anymore. And I wonder why Barracks has decided to use this against Jaedong, if he knows that, and of course he does know that this guy has been in the ASL in the past 4 or 5 ASLs in a row, so he was here for that meta game and watched that meta game pass. Maybe he maybe he feels like Jaedong hasn't had enough practice against this. He wasn't active possibly during the time when this was really popular build, so maybe he won't react perfectly to this, but so far he's doing well. He actually built some some Scourge, so he's expecting a science vessel here. He was expecting a Wraith to come out, I'm sure, as well, because generally when people do this build with the early gas, they're gonna go into a quick factory, a quick starport, then go into a very quick go into a Wraith, and then a very quick science facility and a science vessel in order to defend against these early mutalisks. And then you'll have about 2, 3, or 4 barracks, and slowly add those barracks on and get into a regular marine medic play. But in this case, he's just going straight up for the Goliath, and I haven't seen a starport even yet, so I'm thinking this is going to be 100% Goliath here with no additional upgrades. So he's only going to go up to +1/+1 with this and hit some sort of crazy timing attack where he's going to have a ton of Goliaths, maybe 1 or 2 tanks, come across the map and try to end things before Jaedong can really get going here. And we'll see how that goes, because so far Jaedong he's really building up quickly here. He's already got a 3rd base in that back natural. Back natural is going to be very hard to break with Goliaths. you're going to need tanks there to kill those temples, so that's going to take some time. Also, he's building a base down in the bottom right hand corner, which is a high ground base. If you put a couple of sunkens on the high ground there, just backed away a little bit from the ramp, the Goliaths are going to have to walk up that ramp against sunken colonies, and that is never a very a good fight there at all. It's very tough to do anything against a base in a position like that. So I'm liking the position here for Jaedong. He's sharking around the map. He's not really committing with the mutas. He knows he's probably gonna have to fight with them here in a little bit. He should be getting armor for his mutas as well, and he will likely be going into a big amount of Hydralisk soon too, with some armor upgrades for those Hydras. Let's see. Oh, gets a couple of drones, just about 2 there. And yeah, you see the Hydralisk den. So he is going to be transitioning here eventually. You don't have to transition though. You can go pure Mutalisk against this, because we don't have any splash damage as barracks. He doesn't have the science facility as of yet. He doesn't have science vessel, so he can't build science vessel, or he doesn't have science facility, can't build science vessel, he can't get a radiate, and he doesn't have any Valkyries here either. You can go pure Mutalisk against this, and pure Mutalisk is surprisingly good against pure Goliath, because they are a little bit cheaper. You have a lot more bases, you can build a lot more of those mutas, and they stack up really nicely. So when you have the 2-3 groups of mutas, they can all attack at the same time. Whereas the Goliath, some of them might not be firing at the back. The glaive bounces also are very strong. With that number of mutas, even if they're not doing too much damage, even if you've got the +1 armor, yes, you can absolutely crush that. Oh, he's got the burrow done as well. Jaedong with the burrow in the front. I love it. As soon as he sees that this is a mech build, he goes for burrow. That must have been there for quite a while, actually. He knows his opponent is not going to get a science vessel here, so there's not going to be any easy way to spot out burrowed units. So he could actually burrow Hydras too. He could burrow Lings all around the map, and he's actually got quite a few Lings out here burrowed around, so he's going to see every movement of what Barracks is doing. And right now he can see the natural, he can see everything that's going on here with Barracks, and he sees unsieged tanks here in the front. He's running forward. Oh my god, Jaedong just gonna go for it here. Siege up very late from Barracks, and so many units have already gone down. He's diving right up here on top of the tanks, all of the tanks going down, and Jaedong just busts the front before Barracks can even get prepared here, even pull the trigger on a single attack. The front is already dead, and it doesn't look like he can break up this natural up into this main, but the natural is pretty much dead right now, and so many SCVs are going down. He's focusing the command center. He's focusing the command center. Command center does get repaired here, and the Goliaths will eventually clean the rest of this up, but so many SCVs have gone down, and look at the supply, 61 to 77, so high in favor of Jaedong. More and more Hydras are coming across the map here. This is where Jaedong will shine, man. He is going to produce so much off of this 4 base economy, and I guess it's just getting started here over at the 4th. This is not what I was expecting. This is not, I think, what Barracks was expecting either. An attack here into the front. He's gonna go for it again, diving on top of these tanks. Oh, the mutas from the south hitting the tanks on the ramp here, just crushing them, and the Hydras can do the rest. They can pick off the remainder of these Goliaths, and he's gonna break the natural once again. Looks like the SCVs will have to come out and fight, and the muta's just gonna go to town on these tanks and Goliaths here on this high ground. Not too many mutas left over, but again, SCVs dying en masse here, whereas back at home, Jaedong producing like a monster. More and more drones being sent out to that 4th base, just gonna get that economy rolling here, while Hydras come across the map here to continue to put this pressure on Barracks. What hope does he have at this point? He's lost that initial edge. He doesn't have a science facility, so he's never going to get to +2. This is the strongest his army will ever be. He's +1/+1 now. The +1 armor and the +1 attack, but no +2 will ever come. He has to make it work with this economy that he has now, with this army that he's been able to field. Just a few tanks and some Goliaths. That's what he needs to win this game with, and a huge number of Mutilas coming in here, really taking advantage of the lack of splash damage, and he's just gonna run right in here. +1 armor, doing so much work for these Mutilas. He's diving straight on top of the Goliaths, taking them out in a straight-on fight. Tons of Goliaths going down here. Eventually, these might be cleaned up. No, there's still so many mutas on top of this. There's still 8 mutas here. Gonna go to town on the tanks now. And once the tanks have been taken out, the Hydras can take over the heavy lifting and start to just clean this thing up. And GG is called. Barracks taps out, and Jaedong, just a fantastic game there, showing why the Goliath build is no longer used, dealing with everything that Barracks was able to bring out there perfectly. Gets himself into a good macro position and completely overwhelms. I think every tool in the toolbox there for Zerg versus Mech was pulled out. At least in the early game. I mean, we didn't get to Hive or anything like that, but he had the Burrow, he had the Mutalisk with armor, he brought out the Hydralisk, and Barracks just was not able to keep up. I think the real pivotal moment there was definitely the Zergling in the front, spotting out the tanks that weren't sieged and then diving in and killing all those off. That was a fantastic play. But honestly, I think that Jaedong could have done it another way. Maybe wait for the push out to come and then go for a backstab running into the natural. I don't know what Barracks could have done about that move either. But that's another story. I guess we'll see Barracks come out next time with a Marine Medic build. I don't mean to shit on it, but man, the Goliath build is a little bit outdated. It's a ladder build, guys. If you want to play on ladder, you want to play some TVZ, it's a very nice build. It works very well, but at this level, at this pro level, it's a little bit outdated. It's not really gonna work against someone like Jaedong, who is so good at macroing up, at hitting those macro rounds and getting Hydras in such high number. It's very, very difficult to stop. Anyway, guys, we're gonna go into game number 3. It's coming right up. All right, here it comes, game number 3 here. Jaedong on a tear right now, 2 kills. I think that's the best we've seen him do in the KCM so far. Both great games. Now he's up against Snow, a very, very tough competitor indeed. Of course, you can say the same about Mini, but I don't know. I think I rate Snow a little bit higher than Mini right now, honestly. This guy has been showing us some fantastic games. Maybe Mini holding back a little bit of his strategy, keeping that in the back pocket maybe for the next ASL. He is, of course, always a contender, someone who is likely to take that prize. So he may be holding back some strategies. I'm not sure. Next is going to be Snow here with the scout. He's going to see Jaedong going for a very quick gas here. Gas with that pool. It's definitely going to be some speedlings here to start things out. And Snow back home, he's gone for a gateway. Oh my goodness. Couldn't really think of the name of that building for a second. That's a little bit embarrassing. Now, gateway back at home means he's not going to be able to put on any pressure. Definitely not going to be able to do that. The Lings are going to pop out here, and with the speed coming up, he's going to be in a bit of a sticky situation here. I wonder if Jaedong will actually get that speed. I think he already has it. He already has it on the way here. He must have. He's mined that 100 gas, and now he's pulled back off. He's going to go ahead and get his hatch up here, but this is a poor start for Jaedong. Getting that early gas, chasing down this probe, he still doesn't know where Snow even is, so he can't really do anything with these early lings. Won't be able to put on any pressure. Snow has the forge down in his natural. He's gonna go ahead and get a cannon right away. With those two zealots in the wall in here, there's really not much that Jaedong can do with these, and this is just kind of a waste here, to be honest. Let's see what Jaedong takes this game from here. It looks like he's going to be throwing down a building. That's got to be a Hydralisk Den, right? What else would he be throwing down at this moment? We don't have a lair. The natural base is almost done. And a Hydralisk Den. Oh my goodness. He's going to try and bust Snow super fast. This is going to be a crazy 2-base all-in here from Jaedong. A very, very different to that mini game. The mini game, yeah, it's the game versus mini, where he went for the Hydra bust and he had an economy behind it. This is not going to be a game similar to that. The economy is just not going to be there. He needs to break this this base from Snow. And oh man, Snow actually has a probe on the map. I'm not sure when he got that out. The other probe was chased down, but this second probe here, the scouting probe down in the bottom left, could be a huge problem for Jaedong. He doesn't have any idea that that's out on the map, and he is tracing the zealots here, just watching the front of the base, making sure that nothing comes out here to scout him. But this probe could actually get in and get some huge information if it comes to the natural here at the perfect timing. Now there should be some Hydras popping out here shortly. The Hydralisk Den, of course, has been done for a while, so the upgrade should be just about complete here. That would be the speed upgrade he should be getting right now. Yeah, look at that. 3 Hydras going to be popping out here, and he'll be sending those directly across the map. Lings are still chilling here in the front, actually. He might be a little bit cautious. A little bit wary of a potential probe or something coming into his natural, a potential scout that has been out on the map. Look at this. He's just hanging out here in the front, buying some time here for his next round of Hydras, and now going to come across the map. This is a do or die here for Jaedong. Can he actually break this? No additional cannons have been added on. Here comes the probe towards the natural. Is he going to spot Hydras popping? Yeah, he sees the Hydra right there. Now he's going to have to throw down cannons immediately, as quickly as possible. There it is. Cannons being thrown down, but there's only 1 here in the natural so far. 2 more on the way. Can Jaedong break through this? What is he doing with his Hydras? Got to get up here and start to hit these zealots. Start to break down this wall. He's being a little bit slow here, and Snow just happy to sit behind his wall and wait for it. Possibly, yeah, firing down on this gateway, no problem. Give me some more time here to put down these cannons. The gateway is not really an issue here for Snow. The real issue is just this 1 cannon here. Can he keep this cannon alive? Here comes the Zealots. Nice move forward with the Zealots. He's now pulling the probes, though. Probes have not yet been pulled. There's still quite a few Zealots left over, but 4 cannons have finished. And I don't think Jaedong will be able to break this with 4 or 5 cannons coming up here in the front. The 4th one finishing here. He only managed to pick off 1. So Jaedong immediately going to start a lair, and you can already see the plan forming here from Jaedong. He knows he's not going to be able to get through here. Throwing down the lair is kind of a backup plan, although there's really not a whole lot of hope after a 2-base Hydra bust like this fails. You can see how few drones there are in the natural compared to how many probes there are in Snow's natural mineral line. It's a massive difference here. He's gonna go ahead and take another base somewhere out on the map and go into lurkers from this position, and you can see he flies through the main base. He sees the lair is on the way, so I think Snow will probably be quick to realize what's going on here. Oh my god, this Hydra hitting from the low ground here. Hilarious. I can't believe that range. Actually able to hit the high ground, the forge here, and the pylon as well. So that pylon definitely going to go down. Maybe the forge survives. But this is super annoying, and Jaedong actually getting some good use out of these Hydras. Can actually hit them with all of the Hydras, unfortunately. Just 2 can attack right now, so that's not going to do too much damage here. Just going to get this pylon. Another pylon coming up here in the main, though, should be able to keep that alive. And Jaedong taking the base in the top left-hand corner. So, yeah, the ideas here, you can definitely see what he's planning. He's going to be taking that base up there and turtling things up in the top left-hand corner while setting up lurkers here in the front. These Dragoons come forward and push this Overlord away, and oh god, there's still 1 Hydras that can somehow hit this Forge. I don't think it'll stop the upgrade, of course, but very annoying stuff here. Chipping away at that, just kind of funny to see there. The Dragoon range should be finishing up here shortly, so he should be able to deal with that no problem. And gonna go ahead and add on that gas as well. Back at home, Jaedong, the lurker upgrade should be finishing here shortly. And scouting out here in the main base, yeah, you can see there's no spire, so definitely needs to throw on a robo. There it is, robo here in the natural. Gonna go ahead and grab that. Make sure that he has the observers by the time these lurkers start to finish up, and then he'll have the counter here ready to go. Now, this is looking pretty familiar, this game. I think that Jaedong is in a much worse position, but this looks a lot like the game versus Mini, where we had Zerg keeping the Protoss in his main base, just forcing him to break out here. But I think that the best way to deal with this would definitely be with a drop rather than trying to just bust through this lurker contain. Probably the better way to deal with this is with the drop. There's hardly anything back here at home. Jaedong is just trying his best to drone up as quickly as he can. Oh, he's throwing down a spire as well, so finishing off the tech tree here. He will have those units. He will have Scourge here, so he may be able to catch any drops that come out, but it's very hard to cover everything, especially when you have the bases spread out this far. You've got the third base way over here at the top right hand corner. You can see a lot of drones have been added on here, but this is very difficult to defend in all these different locations. What you're really relying on here is the contain here in the front to hold back the Protoss army, and then you need to deal with any drops that come out. And here comes that first drop. 2 DTs gonna head out on the map. Shuttle gonna come back and get some more zealots as well, and you can just see there's so little here. Where are the sunken colonies? There's none. No sunken colonies back at home. Jaedong continuing to drone, getting greedy, while Snow is getting around this containment here. 6 zealots probably headed towards the natural. These 2 DDs gonna hit the third base at the same time. Nothing here to defend. So many drones are gonna go down. He immediately notices it, that Overlord popping at the perfect time. At the same time, he is gonna start to break out of this containment. Zealots here in the middle are gonna be beaten by this lurker. Oh, 1 DT does go down to a surround of drones, but you can see that cost Jaedong a lot there. So many drones end up getting picked off, and Jaedong scrambling right now to somehow find a way. Oh, nice block, to somehow find a way to defend both these locations at the same time. It's going to be very tough. 2 lurkers here at the natural. They are going to be a little bit useless here in defending up at the top left. You need units over in this location. It's going to make a bunch of lurkers to try and make a wall here, but it looks like there may be a location that the zealots can make their way around. Yeah, it looks like coming through the left-hand side, he remakes the lurker on the ramp there, so going to keep the zealots out of his base at least, but he should be transferring these workers up into the main. I don't know why he hasn't done that. If you're gonna block that ramp, just send all of your workers up to the main base. That way they can continue to mine and not be damaged by these zealots. Oh god, all of the lurkers and hydras are at the top left. Another round of zealots makes its way over to the top right. There's nothing here to defend. He's gonna lose that sunken colony. About 6 zealots gonna come running in here. Yeah, splits off 2 up into the main base as well. So many fires here for Jaedong right now. It's almost impossible to put them all out efficiently while drones are dying. Things are getting worse and worse here for Jaedong. Oh god, so many drones are going down right here. And another wave of reinforcements coming up for Snow. This one packs a serious punch though. We've got Templar, we've got Zealots and Dragoons all mixed in with the Observers. And this is a very difficult army to deal with for a very small defensive force here from Jaedong. Remember, he's got a bunch of units up in the top left-hand corner now, maybe expecting a attack coming that direction, but a drop is actually going to go up into the main of the top left, and that could be the killing blow here. 3 lurkers in the front, just a few hydras mixed in with a few zerglings are going to be all that's left for the defense here. Great storm on that big group of Ling Hydra, and yeah, this is looking bad. The drop gonna head up to the main in the top left, and GG is called. Jaedong not able to handle the pressure. Snow just picking his opponent apart. Very nicely done there. I think Jaedong maybe gonna regret not building a sunken colony at his 3rd base. That was a serious oversight. He was droning up so hard there, and a single sunken would have saved him a lot of pain and grief with those 2 DTs. Maybe having a sunken in the natural as well, or a few units at least to buffer for that drop play, but nothing of the sort prepared there. And Snow breaks out. He makes a bunch of chaos on the map and takes advantage. Nicely done. We're gonna go into Snow versus either Royal or Light. That's coming up next. Let's get into it. All right, moving on into game number 4. We've got Royal versus Snow. Snow up here in the top left-hand corner, Royal down in the bottom right. I am joined here by Ideas. He is a supporter on the website Patreon. Thank you so much, man, and welcome to the stream.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Big fan of the channel. Love every cast. Love Broodwar. Excited to watch this game. Was cool watching Jaedong pop off, but no, I'm excited about watching Snow vs Royal.
Awesome. So we've got yeah, one of the best Protoss versus Terran players here versus possibly the best Terran player we have right now. This guy has been just popping off so hard in KCM and ASL. He is showing us the way here. This is one of the sons of Terran, Royal here down in the bottom right. He's starting off with the barracks on high ground. Up in the top left, we've got a Nexus first, looks like coming from Snow, and he's probably not going to get punished here, but if anyone can do it.
You don't see Nexus first. I haven't seen Nexus first as much this season, or maybe I just haven't noticed it as much, but here we go.
If anyone can punish this, it is a Royal, man. This guy, I think last week he completely shut down Snow on his Nexus first. I don't think it was cross map though.
It's Rush, I think.
Was that Rush? Okay.
Yeah.
Getting the 2 mixed up. They're both incredibly strong right now.
Yeah.
And yeah, putting on the early pressure as a Terran player against Nexus first, it's so important. You cannot allow the Protoss to get away with this without at least getting something out of it. Either getting a really quick command center down yourself, or putting on some serious pressure with a bunker and some Marines. And it looks like Royal not building any Marines here, so I feel like he's not going to be able to do that pressure that I was talking about. He hasn't scouted his opponent yet. Is he going for an end scout here? That would be the worst possible situation. Yeah. Looks like he is going for the end scout, sending that down to the bottom left-hand corner. Ooh, this is looking a little rough. We've got only single gate here from Snow as well. Single gate. So greedy with the Nexus first. If your opponent goes for a bunker rush, you pretty much always lose that Nexus. So this is just going to bounce Snow ahead. Just light years ahead of where Royals wants to be. And he's going to have a really tough time going into a macro game against Snow here. Snow's going to be exploding out onto the map. He's going to have so many Dragoons. He's going to have very quick bases here. We'll see what his strategy is. If he just wants to stick with drops and Reavers and all of that. Get into some Templar and Storm as well. But that hasn't really done very well against Royal as of late. Royal has shown incredibly strong play, and he's really proven himself to have a certain understanding of that style and an ability to counter it that hasn't really been shown by other players. So we'll see if Snow can if Snow decides to go for that strategy, and if he does, can it work here against Royal? Oh my god, what is this Vulture doing?
Why did he not go up?
I'm so shocked.
He thought it was dead, and then he was like, wait, what?
I'm so shocked that he didn't go up the ramp there. I feel like maybe he right-clicked up the ramp and the Vulture kind of bugged a little bit, and he figured that there was something on the ramp blocking, because otherwise it just doesn't make any sense there. Like, that Vulture definitely could have made it into the main. Getting that information, that scout, would have been huge. But aside from that, just having that Vulture in the main, it's great for the flow of the game. Here we go, a mine placed right behind the Dragoon there. Not gonna end up getting it. He is gonna lose the Marine there, but I think this Dragoon is dead. No way that you can get away with this, right? Is he gonna be able to get away with this? Oh, the moving shot here. I think he is gonna get it. 6 HP, and he keeps the Vulture alive as well. So a nice trade there to make up some of that lost earlier Vulture. So Royal gonna come out here, spread these mines around. He is still in a tough economic position, but looking a little bit better now. Oh my goodness, a command center in the bottom left hand corner. Royal putting it all on the line here, going for a crazy proxied just a secret base here down in the bottom left-hand corner. That is, that's one way to get back into a game like this. Sometimes you just gotta kind of take a risk. When your opponent has this early macro lead, it makes sense to do something crazy like this to try and make that back. Here comes the dropship. 4 Vultures gonna fly in here through the natural. There are 2 Dragoons in position, so I don't think this is gonna get too much done, but maybe Royal can make it past here and get some Vultures into the main. Let's see how this goes. 2 Vultures should be dropped right here in the natural. 2 more in the main. Let's see. 2 probes, possibly a 3rd, possibly a 4th in the natural. Only 1 going down so far. Looks like one of those Vultures was badly damaged. Not being repaired means he's only going to get about 2 or 3 probes. There we go, in the main. Not bad, actually. Really not too bad for 4 Vultures that were already out of mines. He manages to pick off 4 or 5 probes in total, and keeps Snow in his base, keeps him on his back foot here while going for that 3rd command center down the bottom left. This is going to be very hard for Snow to scout. I wouldn't be surprised if Snow never sees this base. He's actually got something down at his own 4th there. I don't think that's an observer. It could be, but sending a probe or observer down to the bottom left, that's probably not going to happen until this game has gotten a lot bigger, until Snow has spread out very far on the map and is ready to take another main base location, try to add gateways into another spot. Oh god, this dropship still trying to fly in here with only 17 HP. Royal, the balls on this man to keep sending in this dropship, dude. That's pretty scary. Oh, is he gonna get it? Oh, is he gonna get it? Oh, it's just barely out of range. Are you kidding me?
You need that Hydra from Jaedong's game to get that one.
Yeah, look at that range. Just perfect positioning there from Royal. Of course, it's not going to be a game changer here. It does, however, kind of tie up some Dragoons in that area. He's not really going to be able to leave from that location with those 3 Dragoons. If he wants to keep the dropship from escaping or getting a drop off here, so tying those up, giving a little bit of a distraction here to Snow while continuing to mine here in the bottom left hand corner. That economic lead is going to grow here. Snow, expecting his opponent to be sitting on 2 bases, is going to be a little surprised at the number of units and factories that are going to be produced here in Royal's base. Now, Royal actually adding on a 3rd of his own. This is kind of this is a placeholder 3rd. This 3rd, it doesn't really need to end up getting any getting down here, getting that 3rd base running very quickly. It's just kind of showing Snow that this is his idea, this is his plan. He wants to get a 3rd base. So Snow doesn't think that there's anything out of the ordinary here. Now, the 4th base about to come up here for Snow. It's going to be in the center left-hand corner. Snow not suspecting anything so far. He's got 1 observer over by Royal's base that hasn't gotten a full scout of everything that's going on in the main, but I think he can still sneak in there with that observer. Yeah, there's no turret ring or anything like that. So Royal playing fast and loose here. And I saw 2, yeah, shuttles. There they are. I don't know what these shuttles are doing or where they're going to be sent here. I haven't seen any reavers pop out. I just assume that there's going to be reavers just because it is Snow. But no
support bay, I mean.
No support bay here, so I don't think we're gonna have reavers.
Storm drop?
Maybe.
Or some kind of Templar, because I just saw the Templar archives finish.
Right, maybe he's going to try to break a 3rd base from Royal if he spots it. Oh god, he's gonna spot the base in the bottom left. He sees it. There it is. The observer heads down to the bottom left. Not what I didn't expect him to actually send that down there, but he does end up scouting that base. That's a really big moment here for Snow to stop this mining here. He's going to kill the command center. Almost certainly he will get quite a few SCVs as well here, although some are going to end up escaping. Pretty sure.
SCVs are pretty good though.
SCVs are running away, and yeah, it looks like he will get a couple of SCVs out of here. 4 SCVs going to be, no, 3 SCVs going to escape, and this is a good transition point for Royal. Actually, he gets his 3rd base. All of the pressure is off of him trying to take that 3rd. All of the Dragoons are down here in the bottom left, so he takes the 3rd easily. I think this hidden base here definitely good for Royal, but not a game changer. He's not going to win the game off of this.
He made a little bit of money off of it, I think.
Yeah, he made some money off of it. He got some gas mining going. Oh, he's even going to kill this probe down here. Nicely done. Killing that probe is kind of big, actually, because Snow wants to start throwing down some buildings over here. He wants to maybe get a nexus down in the bottom left, and that slows that plan down quite a bit. Big group of vultures coming up here to the top left. Royal can definitely afford to lose some of these right now. He is building up to a 200 max army. Getting rid of some of these vultures is not the biggest deal. He even kills that Dragoon and gets the dropship out. Oh my goodness. Getting that dropship out, hilarious. The vultures here just getting a ton of mines out on the map, and Royal, holy cow, there's a lot of...
It's only on 1 gas right now. Oh, wait. His natural mining now. That was his 4th not mining gas yet.
And Royal with quite a few factories in his main, man. That is a serious number to get that production rolling right now. That was a pretty good mine connection as well. Red Health Dragoon here in the middle. He's going to come up and surround. Let's see if he can get these Dragoons to connect with a few mines. Looks like not able to do so, just losing a few of his own vultures, and Snow is now maxed out. These 2 shuttles, man, very worried about what
Forget
these
about
shuttles have been
those?
doing. I think they might have been forgotten, and that's a decent amount of supply. If they're full, it's even a bigger loss here for Snow. He's got a shuttle here in the front, but these two shuttles are missing, man. I think that maybe the rally from the Robo was over in that location, and those shuttles just went out for nothing. Oh, great target there on the first High Templar. A D-Matrix comes down as well. Another great storm there on those two tanks on the right-hand side. He's crushing through this army. Where are all the vultures? Vultures have been completely killed off, and the tanks are going down next. There's still a good number here down to the bottom left, but Dragoons just crab walking their way forward, jumping on top of these units, picking off this tank count, really reducing things here for Royal. It's not going to break him, but he's got his tank count completely reset here. Very, very bad stuff for him. Oh, he gets the dropship. That dropship that had lived just about forever finally goes down there in the bottom left, and he's putting on some pressure to that Nexus. That Nexus getting a little bit low here. Can he actually pick that off in time? No, I don't think so. These Dragoons aren't going to come up here. The mines will eventually be picked off. Did a good job, though. A very, very good job at delaying this base down here and getting something done while Snow was dealing damage to him here at the natural. Now Royal starting to move out with +2 finishing up here. And picking off these probes as well. Oh, that's really, really good. Picking off a big line of probes headed down to the bottom left, while Royal on his side of the map snags his 4th base. Royal playing this out beautifully, man. I really, really like his play here.
I think this is Royal's strongest style. Just like turtle on, or not turtle, like defend on 4 bases, get that 3-2, that maxed out mech army, and just defend wave after wave of Protoss attack.
Yeah, even the sneaky base there, the hidden base, was a great move. It allowed him to find himself in this position. Oh my god, these 2 shuttles. Not having those 2 shuttles during that last fight hurt Snow very badly.
Killed him if he had those 2 shuttles. With like put the zealots in 2 shuttles, I wonder if he could have actually killed Royal right there.
I wonder. It was a super close fight. Royal just barely hung on. Now he's in a pretty good spot here with the 4th base protected very carefully here. He's gonna get a good storm drop off, though. These storms are huge. No move on the SCVs here from Royal. Royal just sitting there and eating that storm. He lost so many SCVs, man. That was crazy damage. And this 4th base, not doing much for our Terran player. Here comes this big attack as well. Snow with the maxed out army gonna drop these Templar in the front and gets a pretty good storm, but the D-Matrix very clutch. Oh, that storm in the middle of these vultures, really good as well. But everything gets pushed back. Roll set up way too nicely here in an arc with the vultures in the front to break in this spot here. All the zealots go down, and Snow forced back once again. Barracks about to go down. Oh, does he have an SCV? Nice. Keeps that alive, and this is going to be a long game here. Look, we've even got a
barrier transition, maybe.
Yeah, we've got the spinning cybernetics core.
Goon range?
No way. There's no way that's goon range. Right? He's got to have goon range right now. I don't believe he's managed to.
There's this Stargate, and he's building more gateways.
Maybe he's just getting that upgrade as a goof.
Royal?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Misinformation, possibly. Maybe he is just preparing for that transition a little bit later. Get the +1, and then later on get the Stargates. I'm not sure, but it's a little bit strange. Now we've got +3 finished here for Royal, and he's defending nicely here on 4 bases. Look at that setup at the 3rd. How do you ever get through that? So many mines, a couple of supply depots as well, and a bunch of turrets. It's just so deadly to try and push through that area. And Royal is ramping up in supply now, 172.
And the Robo So he's like, there's gotta be carriers, even though there's no star.
No Stargates here at all. Oh man, another great storm on the SCVs. Huge damage. Another storm? Oh man. This mineral line just absolutely ravaged here, and the follow-up attack might actually get through this line of tanks. Only a few tanks back here. Royal a little bit slow to reinforce this location. Is going to send up some more tanks now, but Dragoons are already getting in here towards the 4th base. Royal, who is looking poised to actually start attacking, is barely holding on now, actually, against what Snow has fielded here. Finally, it looks like he will be able to route this area. Dragoons scuffling back to the bottom right-hand corner of this base are going to eventually get picked off, but they're trying to do the most damage that they possibly can.
There's a lot of science vessels there too.
Yeah, quite a few science vessels targeted down during that fight. Science vessels so strong. These 2 shuttles still sitting here. That's
he's
crazy.
got to be getting armor for those 2 shuttles. That's what he's researching.
Oh man, the hidden 2 shuttle, man, it's too strong. I wonder what
I hope they have like 4 Reavers in them, and he's gonna bring them out at the end.
Seems unlikely since we never saw a robotic support bay, but oh wait, we did actually. There is a
we
robotics.
yeah,
He does have
shuttle
speed.
speed.
Yeah, he has the speed. So another storm here. Oh man, pretty bad movement there with the SCVs. He actually sent them to the geyser there, and a lot of them end up getting lit up by that storm.
I guess he hasn't taken that gas yet. I mean, I guess he has a good gas tank though.
He's doing.
Oh yeah, I forgot the 3rd has gas in this map.
That's right. 3rd does have a gas geyser. No base in the top right-hand corner for Snow yet, so he hasn't gotten to that that stage of Protoss versus Terran yet. That stage where Protoss has 3 different locations to spam the gateway units out of. He's just working his way up towards that now, trying to break the 3rd once again. Let's see if he can get in here and end this game. Where are the storms going to pop out? He's focused them down very nicely so far. One more Templar going to pop. He focuses it down as well. Beautifully done there. Royal completely destroys that attack. That's exactly how you want it to be done there as a Terran player. That's the perfect defense that you're looking for. And now this army gonna head out and try to crush bottom left. And I said it before, Snow does not have upper right, so this base is incredibly important for him here. He has to come down here and try to stop this from going down. Let's see, more storms gonna come out here. Tons more zealots running forward. Storms on a bunch of these units, not focusing them down quickly enough this time, but a D-Matrix does come out to save that 1 tank, and not too many tanks fell during that engagement. So Royal gonna spread out here and start to pick off bottom left. This is a huge spread of tanks, and I almost feel like going to a different location here as Snow, just try to attack the natural or the 3rd base once again somewhere else, because this is way too many tanks to break through. Great use of storm to just slowly through attrition break down this tank number. Really nice job picking those off, but it looks like Royal with the reinforcements gonna break through here. He's also taking a base at the 6 o'clock behind this. Just immaculate play here from Royal so far, getting into the face of Snow now, taking down this base while simultaneously taking a base of his own, getting prepared for that later stage of the Protoss versus Terran matchup, making sure that he's continuously scouting in the main. Even if he's getting some misinformation, it's good to know. It seems like he hasn't fallen for that though. The Spitting Cybernetics core wasn't reacted to. He didn't build a ton of Goliaths or anything like that, and now this center of the Terran army is starting to be broken here. This is going to open up the Protoss army to get in here onto this 6 o'clock base. There's not too much more defending this. He needs to rally up a bit more to take out these Dragoons. Oh man, this is getting a little scary. Looks like he is going to be able to surround and potentially kill off all these Dragoons, as there's not too much more space for them to run back. But this is weakened the Terran army by a lot. We're down to 143 supplies. Gonna pick off a couple more tanks here, looks like, too. Focusing them down. Nope. Just barely not. The tanks clean up all those units with just 3 HP remaining on that one. +3/+2 is done. And Royal is starting to run away with this game, man. It's going to be tough for Snow to come back here. He does have 12 o'clock, but he's going to have to rely on some beautiful storms in the next couple of minutes to just slow down this Terran economy and try to scrape his way back in here. That was a really close one. Good movement there this time by Royal to keep his SCV line alive. And there you go. He even picks off that shuttle. The Wraith helping out tremendously there, just getting rid of that. Unpowered cannons here, unfortunately, not going to be able to do much.
I love the unpowered cannon that's halfway stuck up. It's one of my favorite sprites in the game, I think.
It's pretty cool. It looks like a little alien there with its antennae sticking up. Looks like more storms going to be the answer here for Snow, just raining them down from the high ground, trying to pick off all the tanks as they break up into this area. And this is the most frustrating thing, honestly, as Terran, is trying to break up a high ground against Protoss player. It's so frustrating. Did he actually find them? Oh yeah, he did. Look at that. The 2 shuttles that were stuck between the between the natural and the 4th base finally end up coming into play here. Maybe a little too late here. We've got another drop ship in the top right, and it's not been noticed by Snow, actually top center, picking off a ton of probes here, and he still hasn't noticed this. Finally gonna react to it and bring some Dragoons to deal with this. Ooh, big mine hit there. Kills off everything. Protoss and Terran in that location, but another base going to be set down here from Royal. He's taking the bottom left.
Kind of it's almost a BM command center, almost.
I don't know, man. You got to keep expanding behind this. Yeah. So many games I've lost just drying up after taking down a ton of Protoss bases. You think they're out of gas, but they continue to mine. They continue to produce these cheap gateway units. And you've got to keep your income going. So it looks like an Archon drop here with the Templar as well. Kills off every SCV on those top 4 mineral patches. Just a few left over. That is a crazy drop right there. You never see that with the Archon, but he basically doesn't have much left at this point. He's scraping the bottom of the barrel for units that he can bring forward to actually deal some damage here. And this is a very small Dragoon force, going to be completely surrounded by these vultures and potentially just all picked off. Oh man, the Templar throwing down their storms actually kills every single mine as well. That's hilarious, but it will be cleaned up here. And Snow once again pushed back. Oh man, quite a crazy game, quite a back and forth with Snow just barely hanging on now. Can he actually bring something back? I think he could possibly break the bottom left-hand corner. There's only about 4 tanks there. If he brings a couple of shuttles down, he could drop some zealots on top of those tanks, do a couple of storm drops, and maybe break that location. But more reinforcements coming forward for Royal. He is rallying towards that bottom left, making sure he can keep that alive. Nice little zealot bomb there to bring the mine on top of that tank. But these small moves in such a large macro game, it's hard to imagine them actually making that big of a difference. Here comes the storm. Gonna kill it.
Out mining Snow so much now.
Yeah, absolutely. His production is still a little bit behind. He's not quite caught up in supply yet, but the quality of army is so much better at the moment. He's coming up here. He's gonna try and break this base once again. This is just so frustratingly hard to do, but Royal gonna commit to trying to break this area down, and Royal just gonna continue to storm everything that tries to breach this high ground. There's another big storm on those low ground tanks. A kind of kamikaze Dragoon Zealot attack coming in between the rallies here and the bottom left. This army is not really going anywhere from this position. Nice storms here on the tanks. Backs away as well. So really good use of those storms. And Looks like Snow's gonna get in here, try to get some more kills on these SCVs. A really big storm, but the SCVs do transfer away. They will escape, and eventually, again, this army of Snows will be surrounded and killed. It's done a great job. I'm shocked, really shocked at how well Snow has managed to trade throughout here. With the storms, with the just Dragoon Zealot army. He's done a fantastic job at getting the most value out of his units as possible, but again, no additional bases have been added on. Is he mining anywhere besides top center and bottom left? I don't think so.
Yeah, he's mined out everywhere else.
Everywhere else is gone. He's gonna try now to take a base in the upper right. I feel like this is a bit delayed. It should have been down. Should have been done a bit earlier. However, Royal has just been so active on the map with the drops and pushing everything back in the bottom left-hand corner that it's really kept Snow's attention throughout this game. Snow going to try to take this location, but I don't know if it can stay up. And even if it does stay up, I think that Royal's going to reach 200 pretty soon here. He's actually surpassed for the first time in supply his opponent, and that's a bad sign here with the 3-3 army. This is a very, very scary Terran army. He's trying to break up this ramp. Takes him about 3 storms just to deal with that 1 tank, so things are getting a little hairy here for Snow. I wonder if he actually did get that Cybernetic Core upgrade. Did he actually get attacked? Because we still haven't seen a Stargate yet.
But yeah, I don't know why he did.
Still no Stargate, still no transition.
He did. He had like a 2K bank, so I think he was like, maybe I'll make some carriers later.
Yeah, still no carriers. Here comes another drop here. Another Templar going to come down. Can he actually get the storm on the SCVs? Looks like no. Pretty good dodges there. Oh, one more storm. He's got one more Templar. He tries it one more time, but the Templar goes down. And Royal manages to escape with the majority of his SCVs. His mining is looking so much better than Snow's now. And this is just about the end of the line here for Snow. He doesn't really have many moves left, I feel. There's...
I don't know how he's going to get those probes out of bottom left. Well, he's got a lot of shuttles.
Try to come over here and break through this location. Look at how many mines there are. Everything dies just straight up by mines. And Snow gonna try to come down here now, hit it from the top. Let's see if he can actually get through here. Oh, Royal just so quick with it, bringing the tanks over from the right hand side, immediately pushing this away. Just so fast with his army control, his army movement, countering every move that Snow makes. It's really impressive to watch. You can see he's just getting all of his hotkeys back together, setting up all of his army, and tracing where this army is moving, where Snow is sending his Dragoons. Immediately the tanks will be following towards that location. He sees that he's heading towards the top right, but these tanks and Goliaths are already on the move here. Another big storm there, just gets one more tank for free. Just some energy traded for a tank, not too bad. But the minerals have now mined out in the bottom left. Snow is transferring up to the top right, but Royal is exceeding his supply by 20 at the moment. 20 supply advantage with that 3-3. It's just about all she wrote at this point. Another storm here. Big storm this time. These damaged SCVs get completely whacked. 11 SCVs go down in that attack, and that's a pretty good exchange, but I don't think it's gonna matter for Royal at this point. Royal, he's already got the big army. He's at 160 supply with not that many SCVs left over, so his army supply is enormous right now. He's gonna come up here, try to take another base at this
what is that, 6 bases for Terran?
6 base Terran player. This
that
game
should be illegal. That's illegal.
This game has gone on longer than any Protoss versus Terran we've seen in a long time that's not gone to carriers or something like that. And a big storm on these SCVs. Holy crap. Just about every single SCV goes down that location. And this is the moment here. This is a potential for Snow right now. Maybe he can actually make something happen. Breaking the bottom left is huge, but he's trading it for the top right, which doesn't bode well here for Snow because Royal's already got this top right. He is gonna send more command centers up towards that area.
Build the Nexus.
Gonna build a Nexus here down in the bottom left. That's hilarious. Try to get some mining going in that location. Ooh, eats a mine shot, but he will eventually kill off this command center. Ooh, 12 o'clock goes down as well. So Snow not mining at all at this moment. He's gonna be mining long range mining here, and he's
lost about 24 probes in the top, those top two bases too.
But hey, at least he's got the add-on there. At least he's got the ComSat station.
Yeah,
down
he'll be able to
left.
scan Royal, see what Royal's doing. No, wait, Zealots, stop.
No. Looks like that goes down as well. And yeah, this is rough right now. 40 supply advantage now for Royal. Royal just slowly choking Snow out here in this game. There's a good spot for a storm drop.
Cannon rush.
Throw down some cannons. Maybe drop some storm boys there. Maybe drop some Templar on that high ground. Could get a lot of kills there, but oh yeah, he's going for it 100%. Might as well. Unfortunately, though, Royal a little bit too quick with it. Does pull away those SCVs in time, and he's planning to take the entire upper right, it seems. Look, another command center headed up here. He's going to take that natural. He's going to take the main base as well and just lock down this half of the map, whereas the bottom left, what Snow's taking, that's got low numbers of mineral patches remaining. There's not much money left at that location. Storm drops are still going on, but not really getting too much damage. And here comes some more attacking from Snow. Can he actually break through this? Maybe get in towards the natural? I guess he probably could, but there's just too much on the field for Royal. I feel like the moment he makes any progress here, the army of Royal in the top right hand corner is just going to come down and smash this from the rear. Looks like another drop coming through here. Snow is hung on in this game just purely, I think, through storm drops, through dealing damage to these SCVs over and over and over again. But I think we're just about out of gas now. Here comes another Zealot drop. Really nice job. Actually dragging some of that tank fire to deal some extra damage to these SCVs. He even drops another time with the storm, trying to get a few more kills. But oh, okay, there's one more base over here. I forgot about this base actually.
It has a lot of bases, I'm realizing.
Yeah, that's not a bad base actually. If you can hold on to that for a while. No, I mean,
I'll keep him in the game for a while if he actually hold it, but
True.
Royal has such a huge army right now.
yeah, I feel like unsieged army, his army could just take this over. Storms, of course, are going to play a factor no matter what. If you just walk straight into Snow's army, that's exactly what he wants. On siege, you can just throw down a bunch of storms and annihilate your tanks, because the upgrades, they really don't matter against storms. They play no factor. So storms are going to be very, very powerful here. It's just a matter of taking a good fight for Royal. Oh, did he get the EMP there? I think he did actually. Either way, not too great of storms there from Snow, and yeah, this base completely unprotected right now. Maybe he can transfer a few more probes, but what probes does he even have left?
Transfer there, yeah.
Yeah, look at the probe. There's only a few probes down here at the bottom left, and Royal just out of control. I feel like Royal being a little bit too safe here, showing a little bit too much respect to Snow, but it's tough to show too much respect to a player as accomplished as Snow.
Yeah, the only way he can lose is by getting caught out of position.
That's right. That's right. And maybe he's just waiting for Snow to leave this game. He's fine with holding the upper right. If he walks directly into this army and eats a ton of storm, that could start to even things out. I don't think it'll mean a win for Snow, but yeah, the position that Royal has right now, as long as he doesn't make any massive mistakes, it's basically a shoo-in for a win right now. He's going to win this game. It's just going to take a little bit longer. All the command centers actually lifting off here, heading up towards the top right. He's not even bothering to build new command centers in order to take that upper right. He's just gonna float these ones over here. I like the decision. Why not? You don't really need these scans anymore. Your opponent's not going for Arbiter or anything like that, so scans are kind of useless unless you're trying to pick off an observer or two. But
once you have like 3 or 4 scanners, you can't even hotkey them anymore.
Yeah, it's not really worth it to hotkey them, so he's going to lift those off and head up towards the top right. Looks like found a tiny location here Snow has where he can get a drop off and deal a little damage, but gets taken care of very easily. Look at how little damage that Zealot did to the tank. Even with a few, after doing a few hits, he did like 20 damage to that tank. Kind of crazy how strong the mech upgrades are. Nice storm there on some of these vultures. Get some SCVs as well, but the story is really about this army size right now. The army here from Royal is way too big. And Snow is starting to mine down in that bottom left now. You can see a few probes have been transferred. But
I think if Royal knew how far ahead he was, he would just go out and win.
Yeah, I think so too. But yeah, being careful here. He's taking his time. Gonna come over, kill some more probes. Probes down here in the bottom right. They don't have any protection. There's no cannons to speak of. So yeah, he is gonna get his economy ravaged once again. And another base up here in the top right hand corner. This is a fresh base. These mineral patches are going to last for a long time. This is kind of a do or die moment here for Snow. He has to stop this base from mining here. That top right hand corner, if that base mines, it's all over. You can't really do that. You can't allow that to happen in this situation. What is that in the bottom left-hand corner? I've been wondering this for a while. You see those
Thinking
red
about
blotches?
that this whole time also. I didn't want to interrupt you. I have no idea what those are.
Seems like
I think
something. I don't know what the heck that is. Mines or
gotta
something?
be mines or like a floating something.
Floating
But yeah,
eBay or something?
very,
It's very
but
strange.
yeah, when it Snow's army have shot it down by now, so I have no idea.
Yeah, no. I really don't know. But yeah, this game is pretty well over. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it any further. I usually try not to say who's that the game is definitively won or lost either way, but this one is pretty much it's gone about as far as it can go. Zealots are gonna run forward here. He's gonna try to break the top right hand corner. This is a pretty serious army that Snow's put together. He is gonna get on top of this. Wow, D-Matrix for every tank in this army, just about. Gonna kill off a ton of these Dragoons here as the Zealots disappear. And he does manage to get almost up into this top left-hand corner, but the tanks on the high ground are still going to be raining down fire on these Dragoons. The reinforcements going to be surrounding here, then killing off the remainder of the army. Vultures
At a
probably...
range of every tank, but it's still not enough.
He's strapped up here in the top left. Another round of Zealots going to make their way up here. Oh, High Templars in the shuttle get picked off. Oh man, that's not good. Losing those High Templars pretty darn big. That's really the only tool he has at his disposal to make these fights a little bit more even. Now, Zealots do get up here and start to kill off some SCVs, but again, the story is not the SCVs. It's, of course, this army supply. 76 to 120. That's not looking good, man. And Snow, his army completely gone. He's got nothing defending bottom left.
He's got 4 Dragoons in the top.
Fordrick?
He's just gonna send them. He's just gonna. These 4 Dragoons are gonna win him the game.
Oh man, Snow, we love you. We respect you, man. You are a fantastic player.
He didn't make a Reaver all game.
Yeah, I think that's where he went wrong. Actually,
That's why you are. Yeah, that's your problem here, Snow.
Should have made Reavers. Should have tapped out by
I like
now.
to
Let's
make
be
him
honest.
Reaver. I'd like to see him make one Reaver now.
There we go. GG.
Yeah.
Snow taps out, and Royal is victorious. The longest GG of all time from KCM there. And a big clapper. I guess he liked that one. For me, that one that drug out a little bit too long for me. I thought that
Yeah, I think that was Royal decided, I'm not going to attack this game.
yeah, he was just gonna sit back and bat away all the defense, or bat away all the attacks. He did actually attack bottom left, of course. He took out that base.
Yeah, that's true.
In bottom left, but yeah, he was pretty set on letting Snow attack into him for the most part. It's a long drawn out strategy, but it is an effective one, and Royal ends up taking that game. Snow is knocked out. We're gonna go into our next one. We've got Hero and Soul Key in the back pocket. One of those two is gonna come out to face off against Royal. That's coming up in our next game. Okay, popping into game number 5 now. We've got Royal versus Soul Key. Royal down here in the bottom left, Soul Key in the top center. Royal got to be tired after that long drawn-out game versus Snow. I can't believe how long it took Snow to leave that game. I guess he was just chilling, waiting for Royal to attack. There was no reason for him to leave until at least Royal came out and tried to do something. Anyway, I'm here with ideas. He's in the shotgun seat. We're gonna continue on with this co-cast, and yeah, if you guys want to try co-casting with me as well, I'm totally open to it. Just go on over to patreon.com and support the channel. We don't have any advertisers on this channel. We're not monetized either, so this is some way that I can make this channel work for me, and I'm sure in the future we're gonna reinvest some of that money. We were talking about this in the break, possibility in the future of getting a Korean co-caster as well. That would be the dream, boys. I want to see what's going on with this with the dugouts in between games, all that good stuff. Just find out what's actually happening.
What is going on in the dugout? That's the question of KCM for English speakers.
Absolutely.
What are they chatting about?
I want to know the full rules as well. Why are the lineups so different each week? How are they actually deciding which players are going to come out? All of this is great information, but I have no idea. I have just no idea. It's so hard to figure it out.
Mong in the playoffs. No offense to Mong. Mong's cool, but why didn't White play in the playoffs?
Yeah, that's a good question. Anyway, we've got Soul Key here, one of my absolute favorite players in the world. He started off with the 12 hatch.
3 hatch, looks like. No gas yet.
No gas just yet, and back at home, Royal has the wall in, as you do on this map. It is Neo Sylphid. He's got that barracks supply depot, so very nice tight wall there. And it will be grabbing his command center behind that. Ooh, this is a bit of a back and forth. Is he going to lose this SCV? Super, super close. One more hit. Oh, just barely not. Is going to escape. And Soul Key going to take his third on this high ground now. Is Royal going to follow this up with just a straight MMM? Does he take his gas now? Looks like going to be a Marine medic build. If I had to guess, back at home, a gas coming up here. I think this might be a Defiler build here from Soul Key. It's starting to look like Defiler Hydra.
Yeah, either that or Crazy Zerg. Both are kind of the two options to go when you take the early third base like this, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Get those 3 gases up, then you can go directly into Hive. Either way, you got to get into a nice early Hive, and that's probably what we're going to see here out of Soul Key if he makes it out of the early game. Of course, Royal going to be putting on some pressure here. He does have 2 barracks play, and will be throwing down his academy here shortly. Is going to have a couple of medics pop out soon, and that'll force some sunken colonies out of Soul Key. So far, he's just diving back and forth here, just making sure that he can see the number of Marines being added on. Of course, he does have that Overlord over top of the natural, but wants to make sure he has keeping tabs on these 4 Marines, not allowing them to go over to the third base, kill some drones, or get into the natural. And he's doing a great job of that so far. Of course, Academy now coming up. These 4 Marines are on a strange trajectory here. Where are they going? All the way around the map. This could be really bad for Royal if speed finishes up and the Lings actually get a surround on this. However, if he manages to get in this third base, he could get a couple of drone kills here. Yeah. Oh man, Sulky hasn't spotted this. He's got 2 drones in a very precarious position now. He sees it. What can he do here to save these drones? I don't think there's much you can do besides run around, I guess, behind the mineral patches. Can he actually get away with this? Oh my god. Oh, he's actually gonna get 2 drones away. Are you kidding me?
That's pretty good drone movement there.
That was insane. How did he actually get those away? I thought for sure Royal was going to get both of those drones. He's put himself in a really nice position here now and is going to force some sunken colonies. But I think with the number of Lings that Sulky's now produced, plus killing off these early Marines, he shouldn't be too worried about being broken. Yeah, just 1 sunken colony at each location is going to be enough here. Ooh, 2 fire bats being added on as well. That's going to limit the effectiveness of these Lings for sure. Now, where is he going to hit? It's got to be the natural, right? The natural, much easier to break in the situation. The high ground sunken colony will be a serious problem here. Sitting back towards the natural, he's going to transition. Okay, just 3 racks into a transition here. So he does need to keep these Marine medic alive. Not going to want to fully engage with sunken colonies. If you lose this small group, well, just on 3 barracks, it's going to be very bad for you. You're not going to have very much map control for a long time until you can rebuild those units. So Royal just going to sit back for now, getting a bunker here, being nice and safe. He is also upgrading there at the engineering bay, just waiting for some of those upgrades to kick in. And of course, starports are now going to start. 2 starport with some science vessels coming out here very soon. I don't see any armory, so definitely going to be a science vessel play here, just straight up. Marine medic science vessel, very nice standard play. And finally, the Mutalists are now out. 6:53, just about 7 minutes before the Mutalists hit. So this is definitely a build that has been slowed down a little bit by that earlier move out from Royal. He hasn't been able to hit his macro rounds perfectly throughout. So Sulky gonna be coming in with slightly delayed Mutalists, a Hydra Den, and the transition. There's the Queen's Nest, so we will be having a quick hive here. Not going to be a full committal into Mutalists, just a little bit of a harassment group here to keep his opponent honest while going into that hive. The science vessel coming up, or the science facility coming up, so we will have science vessels soon. And this game is going to go long, guys. This is going to be most likely a Hydra lurker or Hydra defiler transition. We're going to see plagues. We're going to see dark swarms and tons of hydras coming out very soon. So it should be a nice exciting game here. I love this style of play, and I want to see how Sulky is going to utilize this unit composition to try and take down literally one of the best Terran players that we have in the world right now. This guy at the very peak, the pinnacle of his game. Can he take down Royal here with this style? And how is Royal going to respond to it? So far, it's just the most standard of standard plays. No hint of a mech transition or anything. Just getting into his science vessel is going to have tons and tons of Marine medic out here on the map and sticking to 2 bases for now. I think this is a nice way to play this style. So he is going to be sitting back for a little bit longer. Once the irradiates are out, though, he will be able to push back these Mutalists, and they will have to go into defensive mode, defending against drops, defending against the science vessels flying into the main base, doing any irradiate tricks or anything like that, and more hatcheries are being added on. As you do with this Hydrus build, you need about 2 or 3 additional hatcheries in the main to be able to pump out the mass of Hydra that you need to take on these huge groups of bios. So we're going to be seeing even more coming out here. Lurkers are being produced as well. It's just going to be a transition into a later game composition here. It looks like Mutas flying into the main are going to take out a couple of turrets here and start to dominate the main base as well. The science vessels flying out. I don't think they have the energy to do anything just yet. Here are a couple of Scourge. Maybe mix into this Mutalisk group for a kamikaze attack. Try to take down those 2 science vessels. Oh, double drop as well. So yeah, there is going to be a double drop. I hope these mutas are in position to defend against this, because otherwise this could do massive damage. He sees the mutas, so this is a perfect opportunity to fly into the main and try to get some damage done with these 2 drops. Things have not quite yet got out of control for this Hydralisk player. There's still a bit of build-up time here that needs to happen before Sulky has the masses of units he needs to take the fight to Royal. So Royal gonna try and get up in his face, get in his base, and stop him from making those strats, making that transition. But look at how much defense there is here for Sulky. He has Scourge, he's got the mutas. Oh, mutas are actually in his main base right now. Scourge here in the main though, and a bunch of Lings and Lurkers here as well. Oh my god, here we go, driving right into the main base here. Scourge not able to connect. Oh, the Scourge connected so late there, and tons of drones are going down. Oh, this Irradiate as well. Irradiate doing massive damage. Every muta gonna get killed. Oh my god, I think 10 Mutalisks went down there to a single Irradiate. Brutal damage from Royal. And Sulky just about out of this one from a single drop. That is... oh my god, 9 kills. So 9 Mutalisks in that stack get completely wrecked there. Lurkers trying to rush forward. One of them does get picked off, but he actually manages to get some good spines off at least. Both of the big important tank buildings go down though. The Defilers popping out here do have at least that consume upgrade, so they can push things back, but oh my god, losing that Defiler nest is so painful. Oh man, that is rough. And a follow-up drop here coming as well. He's gonna set up, he's gonna post up here in the corner of the base and get another drop going. Oh, it's so painful. So painful for our hero Sulky. Man, he actually does get one. There we go. He gets one of those drops, but it's still not going to be enough, I feel. Holding him back little by little. Royal still picking away at every location. Oh, this seems to be well defended. Oh no, the Lurkers popped through the Nidus. How is he going to defend this third base at the same time? I don't know if it's going to happen. Lings and Lurkers coming forward here, but there's so many Marines, and he picks off the natural gas as well. Another couple of Lings being consumed here. He will be able to throw down a defensive Dark Swarm to keep his drones alive at least, but the main story here, I think, over at that third base where Royal is getting prepared to break through, where there's no Lurkers at all and just pure sunken defense. That's not going to be able to hold on against what Royal has brought forward here. Nice spines, actually taking out a bunch of these. Oh my god, so many science vessels coming in, irradiating everything here at home. There we go. A bunch more fire bats come through. These fire bats could absolutely wreck the drones here in the drone line, in the main mineral line, but instead going after the Spire, another great target. And he will end up picking that off, so no more Scourge for the time being. Hydra's the only thing left for the defense. He is going to run here underneath the Dark Storm. Kind of hilarious. Of course, Ling's going to finish that off, but Royal, critical damage done to Solkey's economy. He's pulled ahead in every conceivable way. Look at that supply. Double these Zerg opponents. So he is in a fantastic position here. It's going to be very tough for Solkey to get some sort of comeback going, if not impossible, but we'll see. Let's see. He's finally pulled himself together. He has the tools to potentially bring things back, get a few really good plagues, get a few connections with some Scourge on some Science Vessels, maybe pick off some Science Vessels with the combination Plague plus Hydralisk attacks. Oh, he actually saves that Defiler as well. That was nice. Just as the Defiler was about to get irradiated, he throws it through the Nidus Worm, and that means he's going to keep that Defiler alive for just a little bit longer. He doesn't have a Defiler's mound, I think, at the moment. I didn't see one. But another attack coming over here towards the third base. Can Royal break in either of these locations? I don't think it matters. He's already taking a fourth base out on the map, so his production is getting insane. He's even adding on tanks here, so throwing another wrench into the works here for Solkey. Good irradiate there just to stop that Defiler from doing anything. Not able to get any plagues down or anything like that. Just gonna walk out on the map and die. So Royal focusing his attention towards this third. Can he actually break through here? Another base coming down in this location, but these Lings not able to take down the Marines here, which are far better upgraded. We don't have any armor or anything like that for the Lings thus far, and Royal already has +1. I think he might even have +2 right now. I'm not sure on that though. Lurker here under Dark Swarm, able to take down a few Marines and medics, but the cloud of Science Vessels really tells the true story here. And it tanks firing from the high ground. Oh my goodness, he can hit both these buildings. That's so annoying. Oh my god, that extractor going down is so critical. He lost, yeah, and the Nidus as well, so he's not able to send reinforcements through. I think this might be the end of Solkey here. He's made his way into the fourth base at least, so he might be able to get a bunch of SCV kills here. That Lurker not able to get in position in time, so he doesn't actually pick off that line of SCVs. However, he may end up picking off this command center. Still, the damage on the other side of the map is insane. Picking off that gas geyser is huge. It's going to hinder Solkey so much. He already lost the gas in the main once, slowed down his gas income there for quite a long time, and now this as well, just slowing him down more and more here, and Royal pulling further and further ahead. There's the fourth base trying to come up, but quite a few Marines going to come forward here and pick off this Lurker. Only one Marine ends up getting killed by that Lurker. It's pretty bad. Looks like another Lurker going to come up here. Might end up actually saving this base, but for how long? Hydra's... Oh man, and a Science Vessel. The Eraser trick coming through. There's nowhere for these drones to go. They don't have the burrow either. Luckily, he does have a few Hydras in this location. He can bring them up to potentially defend this location. More Lurkers and Hydras coming forward with the Dark Swarm. Should be able to push things back a little bit at least. Yeah, Hydra's going to run up here and potentially kill off the two tanks, so he can reclaim his Gas Geyser and will do so right away here. Can just see how important that Gas Geyser is as he takes it immediately after clearing out those tanks. Now going to come forward. Can he actually hold on against this small force here headed towards the potential fourth base? Looks like he will for now. Royal being a little bit sloppy here in the cleanup, in the end game of this, to try and finish this game off. He is adding on more bases. He was shut down on his fourth, and it looks like Solkey gonna attack in towards his natural now. Nope. Being repelled very nice and easy there. No Nidus at this third, or this, at this third base. What is going on with this? No Nidus for a very long time. I thought he would have reproduced that a lot faster, but he doesn't have that Nidus. He gets broken here and loses a ton of drones. Now being distracted at the third means the fourth base is nearly going down as well. Is this the final straw here for Solkey, and he's going to be forced to tap out? I think so. GG. Solkey taps out. Royal takes yet another game. Damn. Damn. I wanted to see Solkey in some more games, but that was impressive. Royal taking him down.
I think Solkey was a little too greedy with that second Muta backstab.
Maybe a little bit, yeah, for sure. The 4 drop ships, though, man, that is a serious commitment from Royal. I don't know if he could have anticipated that. That's
high risk move. If they got caught, he would have lost his whole army. But with Solkey having his mutas out of position, he just didn't have enough defense. And at least that's my take, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. So, just 2 science vessels into 4 dropships. That's a bit crazy. But if you're right, if you do defend that perfectly, if you do defend that properly, Terran is in a terrible position. So, revealing those mutalisks out on the map, doing that second backstab into the main base is a bit greedy, and he ends up losing a lot because of that play. Now, he even lost every single muta, so all of the chaos there, Solkey just not quite able to handle it. I think we saw Royal handily out multitasking his opponent in that game. We saw mutas go down 9 for just 1 irradiate. That should never happen in a pro game, but so much chaos was going on in Solkey's main base. He just wasn't able to handle it. Royal taking him down, doing a great job against such a strong opponent. I want to see this guy go even further. Can he take down Stork in this next game? What can Stork do to fight against this young buck, this insanely strong Terran player? Is it going to be 2 base carrier? That's what I'm going to guess right now. What are your predictions here?
Stork does a lot. I mean, he could also do DTs. But hey, Stork's he invented modern Protoss, right? Oh, pre-modern Pro. He invented Arbiter. I don't know. Stork's great. I can't wait to watch it.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've seen a Stork game, so it's gonna be fun to
see.
He
retired for a while, so it's cool to see him back.
Absolutely. All right, we're gonna jump into that next game. It's coming right up. Don't go away. Well then, on to game number 6. We've got Stork versus Royal. Stork up here in the top left-hand corner. We've got Royal in the bottom right. We are, of course, on Nemesis cross map on Nemesis, so plenty of shenanigans can come through on this map. It is a crazy one. Lots of backdoor naturals and expansions, and lots of weirdness can happen on this map. We haven't seen a ton of Terran versus Protoss, but
8 racks right off the bat.
Oh geez, 8 racks.
You think he's expecting 12 necks?
Absolutely, I do. I think predicting Stork to take a very aggressive Nexus here. And let's see, once that 150 mark passes, if Stork is actually going to be saving up for a Nexus here. Oh boy. 200 minerals, still no gateway. So yeah, he is going to be going for a Nexus. This could be an incredibly fast game. And just a nice quick win here for Royal. This is maybe getting a little bit too predictable, what we're seeing here.
So it could still be a little tough, or there's still a chance, I guess, but I don't know. Actually, I have no idea. I don't play Protoss with Terran, so I don't know how this is supposed to go.
Yeah, we've got...
Is there time for Stork to cancel? I don't think so, right?
No, I don't think there is, and he is building 1 single gateway. If he was building 2 gateways here, there might be a chance. Pylon in the front. But there's already 2.
You won't have time to make like a cannon, yeah, because it's an 8 racks.
This is a very fast racks. 2 Marines already coming out across the map. He's gonna spot this, and maybe if he pulls a big amount of probes, gets us around possibly on some of these Marines, he might be able to pull something off, but the bunker is going to be nearly done here before the Zealot even pops out. He doesn't have money for a cannon. He's just going to be relying on a probe micro here. Oh, cancel on the bunker there. A lot of probes have been pulled. One probe gonna go down here. Oh, he can actually mineral click to that that little mineral outside of his main. He's not gonna do that. Instead, gonna come back here. The first Zealot is now out, but 4 Marines deal a lot of damage to his Zealot. Nice job picking off that first Marine though. He is gonna get another hit on here. One more hit, just about takes out that third Marine. He cancels the bunker once again. There's the cannon. Nice prediction there on the cannon. He is going to go ahead and get one here in the front, blocking the Marines from getting up on the high ground. Nicely done. Wow, Stork holds perfectly there. And the 8 racks goes terribly wrong for Royal. Stork in a fantastic position now with the 2 necks up. He's only produced a cannon and a forge extra here outside of his build, and he's going to go right on into a gas geyser now. And yeah, everything just looking fantastic now for Stork, who in cross map positions, this guy can do a lot on this map. I joke around about the 2 carrier play, but that's definitely an option in this situation. Oh my god, Royal going for a quick command center on the very far side of the map. Gonna try and make up this deficit.
You did that on the game versus Snow, right?
That's right, he did. After getting behind in the early game, it seems like his go-to, if he gets behind in that early game, just throw down a command center, hide a base somewhere out on the map, and try to make up that deficit. And to be real, it definitely worked out in his favor in that game versus Snow, so maybe he can pull it off again.
So far behind right now, though. This will be really tough.
Absolutely, it's going to be super difficult. But if this goes unscouted for long enough, he can start to make up that. Yeah, absolutely, he can start to make up some of this deficit now. If Snow is smart, if he's really on top of his game, he could scout this entire map and find that very easily, and then Royal would really be screwed. If that command center gets found, he's going to be in an even worse position than he already was. Now sending 4 Marines up here. Let's see if he can actually pick off this Zealot for free. Dragoon is out on the map, so he does turn those Marines around. Gonna head them back home. Not gonna risk their lives in order to kill that one Zealot. So Stork will be able to take out this second assimilator here, and that will close off the area. Nothing can now get through into that third base through that one side. So, oh wait, no, he's not actually killing that. Huh? Excuse me.
I don't think. I mean, vultures can't fit through there even if they kill the egg, right? Only small units can, so he doesn't really need to.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Vultures can't fit through with one assimilator dead. Okay.
I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
It's like other maps.
I haven't seen too many.
I haven't actually played
GVPs
this map,
on this map. Yeah,
but,
this is.
I'm pretty sure it's like other maps like that.
This is news to me. Anyway, vultures can't get through there. That's good enough. And with a cannon here in the front, he actually doesn't need to leave Dragoons back at home. That can defend a single vulture coming across the map, and he can just focus on probe production solely. Now, what does he have back at home in terms of tech now? Looks like one Dragoon gonna go down here in the front. Will eventually be chased down. Can he actually get a vulture? No, he doesn't manage to pick off that vulture. So a good win there for Royal. Can now take map control and start to throw down mines. I haven't seen much out of Stork so far. He has
a
like
lot of SUVs there.
He only has like 1 drone or 1 Dragoon so far. That's kind of crazy. Look at how few units.
Yeah, no army here. for Stork yet.
Stork really not producing much of anything in a Stargate.
Yeah, I think
we're gonna see carriers, man.
He's doing the carrier photon cannon build.
Oh, one zealot heading up to the top right. Is this gonna spot it? Oh man, this is gonna be huge. He's actually gonna find this. Oh, no.
Nope.
He's looking around everywhere.
Man, how does Royal needs to get Vulture up there?
Oh my god, he's gonna be killing the assimilator. He's actually trying to take a 4th base here. So Royal gonna go ahead and throw in a drop. There are 2 cannons at this base, so it shouldn't really do too much damage. It's even got the spawning pylons here to keep tabs on anything being dropped in this location. We'll be able to kill, I think, about 2 or 3 probes there, but not the most worthwhile drop. Good defense there by Stork. This hidden base in the top right-hand corner is actually changing the game right now. This is a huge boon to the economy here for Royal. It's helping him out so much in his comeback. And the fact that this hasn't been scouted yet, Stork is going to be so mad about this if he finds out.
I wonder if it's more hidden. Stork's expecting it less because he did the same thing in his last PvP.
I wonder, but after doing this a couple of times, repeatedly in his TvP games where he gets behind, I feel like he's not going to be able to do this ever again, right? Like, anytime that he goes into an ASL game, this is going to be immediate, the immediate scout from the Protoss whenever he gets behind. There's the Zealot. Oh, he finds it. Stork finds it. So many SCVs up here, mining away happily. Very, very frustrating to see for the Protoss player, man. You're going to be so mad when you finally find this. Double tank drop over here at the 3rd base. Going to be a little bit annoying. But Stork has other ideas. He's going to go ahead and clear out this base at the top right. There's only a couple of tanks being rallied towards this location. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, he didn't move the observer over here. I saw an observer with this army, but he pulled it back, and now it's just going to be pure Vulture able to take down these Dragoons. That is very unfortunate. For Stork. Yeah, Stork's whole army ends up going down here, and he's just going to be relying on carriers from this point, but he can't stop this 3rd base from mining, which is a huge problem for him right now. Royal going to send his army across the map. He's going to start to do an attack while Stork adds on his 4th base. 3rd Stargate coming up here for Stork, so he's gonna have a ton of those carriers soon, but maybe not soon enough, because Royal is already attacking here. He's gonna finish off the remainder of the ground army from Stork, and with that last Dragoon going down, he's got basically nothing back at home. Look at that, not even Zealot speed here to help him out, and 2 cannons popping out, 2 carriers popping out. Oh god, at the very last moment here. Stork is in so much trouble now. His natural
like
gonna be going down.
Okay, maybe not 100, but he's got so many probes and no army.
No army to speak of. I think getting a little bit greedy. And 2 more tanks going to be dropped here over at the 3rd base. Those are going to kill a ton of probes. Look at the splash damage there. Oh god, so many probes stacking up here. He gets such a big shot. No, he does not get that. Stork is going to be able to clear that out. Well, Stork doing a good job here, at least holding on to his 3rd base and his 4th, so he does have some good economy going. A lot of probes going down, though, at the natural. 2 carriers here, not going to be enough to defeat this army. Tons of turrets going up as well. Royal just completely locking down this area. He's going to bring some tanks over to this side as well. Can he actually hit the Nexus from here? Oh, if he can.
Maybe.
He can if he brings some tanks, yeah.
So, yeah.
Looks like carrier's gonna come through. Their main goal, though, actually to save this base at the center left. Let's see if he can keep this alive for a little bit longer. No Goliath on this side of the nexus, or of the wall in here, so probably he can stop this from going down. But so many probes have died overall.
Probes. Oh boy.
Every single probe going down here. Some Zealot's gonna come up, and he can eventually clear these tanks. But look at Royal's reinforcement train here. So many of these interceptors gonna go down. He's got almost none left over, and only 3 carriers here to speak of. So I think Royal can push for the win into the natural now. 5 carriers going to work on these tanks here, but another drop gonna go over this wall, and Royal gonna split the attention here from Stork, go where the army is not, and continue to deal damage. There's quite a lot of probes here at the 4th base. Some cannons here are defending, but this is so many Goliaths being dropped over this wall. Some Zealots going to be dropped here as well. He's starting to clear out the natural, but this is not where he's needed. He's needed here at the 4th base. Got to get over there and defend this as quickly as possible. Still no Zealot speed, amazingly enough. But the carriers will make it in time to potentially save the remainder of these probes. Oh my goodness. Every single probe goes down, actually, as he focuses the last few in the mineral line. 1 probe remaining. That is brutal damage. Stork limping here through this game. Another wave of Goliath. I didn't even notice this, but another base down in the bottom left-hand corner now for Royal, spreading out his economy. He has so much money here to work with, and his supply reflects that. Look at how much he's got. Starports going down. He's going to transition here into Wraiths. Wraiths or battlecruisers, either one.
Yeah,
he has so much money right now. So much money. He can do whatever he wants, and Stork on the cusp of defeat. Let's see if he taps out here or not. It's going to be funny if he sticks in for a little bit longer and Royal can get these battlecruisers out, but it looks like he won't be able to do so.
We don't actually think he's making battlecruisers, guys. Don't get mad at us.
I mean, it's not a bad choice in this situation. The thing
Battlecruisers they're the most expensive unit. They must be the best unit.
They are pretty good in this situation. Like if you don't have arbiters, battlecruisers actually wreck carriers pretty well. They shoot down all the interceptors. But the problem is with the arbiter, right? If you've got the arbiter, you can just freeze half of the battlecruiser army, kill the other half, and then wait for the frozen half to unthaw, and you can finish them off. So it's pretty one-sided at that point. However, if you don't have arbiters, maybe battlecruisers can take you to a win here. Really, he can do whatever he wants at this point. Yeah, he could just build Goliaths. He could build Marines if he wants to right now. Doesn't really matter. He's gonna defeat Stork either way. Stork just at 95 supply at this point. He spots the base in the bottom left-hand corner, but there's really nothing he can do about it. Pure Goliath just gonna take down Pure Dragoon there. He has a good number of carriers now, and when there's a carrier, there's a way, but I just don't see.
Got more carriers than probes, it looks like.
Yeah, that might actually be true. He really has very few probes at this point. He does have his natural mining once again, but the main is about to mine out, and this is just such a massive supply advantage here for Royal. He does have to back off for now, but eventually he's gonna. What the heck? Look at how many observers there are with this army. So if he's going race, I don't think that's actually gonna be the answer. 5 observers with this. So Stork is completely prepared if Cloak Wraiths come in. However, I think that even if he just builds a bunch of Wraiths and just starts shooting down the carriers, that's gonna be enough. Dealing a bit of damage to them is gonna be fine. They don't actually have to completely kill the carriers in order for Royal to win, but instead he's just going to go for a counterattack. Looks like a bunch of Goliaths coming down to the bottom left. Tanks and Goliaths heading up towards that natural base, and he's probably going to break down the natural while these carriers are busy down here in the bottom left. Oh my god, so many missiles shooting up from these Goliaths. The tanks making their way here into the natural. A few Dragoons are present. He actually finally finishes off that dropship, but it appears he's going to lose.
The base in the top right? I missed that.
That got picked off by the carriers. So carriers went and traded. while Royal was breaking down one of the other bases. I think he was
Right.
destroying.
You did just watch that, but we were talking about battle cruisers.
Looks like a Cloak Race gonna come in here. There is, of course, a ton of observers, but yeah, he's gonna shoot down all the observers. I don't know if it's gonna be in time. Yeah, there's another observer over there. One more Wraith left over. Yeah, it doesn't really matter anymore. Just one Wraith firing here. That's not how exactly you want to do it, but he's bought enough time. He's going to be able to kill the main base. Royal is going to lose his expansion here, and I don't think he has much mining left. However, he's got 128 supply. This game is getting a little bit insane now. Is he actually going to make a comeback? Oh no, more Wraiths arrive, and there's no more observers, so he's gonna be able to start to kill these carriers eventually. Scanning to make sure there's no observers around. There's another observer. It does come forward. He will actually be able to save the remainder of the carriers for now, but his main base is being
He
completely...
needs to take a third base right now if he wants to kill these carriers.
You mean Royal? Royal, yeah, he doesn't have a third
Yeah,
base.
both players need a third base. They're both kind of broke right now.
Royal does have a pretty good bank of minerals, but that doesn't really matter against carriers. As long as Stork can continue to produce interceptors, he should be fine here to trade over and over and over again against these Goliaths here. Now, it appears to me that Stork wants to come back home and actually save his remaining mining, potentially get some more observers as well, because more Wraiths are potentially on the way here. Goliaths coming out on the map. They're going to kind of cut off this carrier army and try to prevent it from getting home through the middle of the map at least. Now, some long-distance mining SCVs are going to get picked off here. The Goliaths actually can't make it through there because one of the assimilators has been killed, so he actually can't get through and stop the mining at the top center here for Stork for now. Another base going to come down. A probe being dropped in this location. Hilarious. This base here in the center right being taken by both players at the moment. It looks like stops that base from going down. Roll cancels the expansion at the center right. Some more cannons coming up here. Not quite done yet though, and this drop of Goliath should be able to stop both the cannons and stop the mining as well. Carriers are making their way all the long way around this map, trying to get up here towards the 12 o'clock where they can save some of this mining. Not mining at all with just 51 supply against 140. It's looking bleak here for Stork, though he does still have a lot of interceptors. Although one less now, as that last interceptor trying to make its way back does get picked off. Another expansion attempt here from Royal. Gonna lift off, I think, his main base and send that over towards the expansion there at the center right. Only 50 minerals remain for Stork, so he is running on empty here. Might be able to produce one more probe and mine some minerals. Okay, he's actually got 3 probes with the center left, so he can mine a little bit, but he can't reproduce any of his... Oh god, this one Wraith with 3 kills. Okay, it does go down before killing a probe. That's a third of Stork's economy, so luckily he saves that. Royal, if he sets up this base at the center right, I think he's 100% got this. I can't imagine a world where Stork manages to make this comeback, but he's gonna break off 2 carriers and look for a place to attack. Seems like Royal is on to this though. Oh my god, it's so close. It appears like he's managed to slip away though. Oh man. Okay, 2 mines. Do spot this out. He is gonna be able to see these 2 carriers coming towards this location. Kills off a couple of tanks in the main base. He will be able to get these 2 carriers in towards this third. There are still some eggs there, so he's got to break through the eggs before he can get over here to the center right location. Oh my goodness, he's killing off the eggs very fast. Eventually he will be able to get through this location and stop the carriers from killing this base.
It's not enough.
Not enough. He is going to lose one of the carriers. Now he's just going to focus down as many SCVs as he can before he loses those. Dropship coming here towards the center left. This should be the last straw here for Stork. His carriers are present and accounted for, so maybe he can stop this from happening, but every single probe goes down before he can make his way towards the center right. Those Goliaths just doing such quick work, picking off the probes there. Now he's got to restart from nothing. No probes on the map here. He's got to start rebuilding. No, he's not going to rebuild probes at all here. Instead, going to come out.
Yeah, he's just having fun now.
Tries to kill off a few more Goliaths.
Micro.
Yeah, and that's going to be all she wrote. He can't even produce a single interceptor more at this point. Yeah, there goes his last few minerals. And GG is called. Stork taps out, and Royal with 3 kills thus far and only 1 player remaining. Hero is that last player. Can he go and do a full sweep here? Actually, he didn't take down Jaedong, right? Snow took down Jaedong, so there's no no way to get an all kill this time. But pretty amazing stuff here from Royal. Once again, just carrying the Terran team potentially to a victory here. We'll see if Hero can stop him, but this is quite the rampage.
Yeah, Terran's looking really good this season compared to last season.
Yeah, you can say that again. Oh my god, last season was something else, man. Last season
they had 0 wins last season, but I think that's already they already got their first win last week and looking pretty good that they might rack up their second one.
Yeah, and Protoss going down first yet again, so twice in a row. Protoss being eliminated first. That's rough.
Yeah, bring movie back.
Stork did bring out that carry ability. Man, he was so far ahead in that game at the beginning.
Yeah, I think he I don't know, but like that is
game number 7 now. We're going into Royal versus Hero. Hero down here in the bottom left-hand corner, Royal in the bottom right. The last hope for Zerg. And the last hope for our game number 8. I hope that Hero has something sneaky up his sleeve here, because Royal has definitely been showing he's got a few cards hidden away. A few sneaky tricks to pull out here. The hidden bases have been a little bit crazy, and the fact that they've both gone unscouted this series is something else for sure.
Well, it was scouted pretty early versus Snow, but I think it still paid off a little bit. But yeah, definitely paid off big time versus Stork.
And Stork just getting a bit carried away with his probe production, letting Royal make a kind of a crazy comeback after going for an 8 racks. He should have been in a terrible position. I don't think even a single probe went down, maybe 1 or 2 during that 8 racks, and yeah, that was a horrible early game.
Yeah. Looks like we got a 12 pull from Hero.
Gonna be throwing down his hatch here as well.
Yep. So maybe trying to be a little, probably looking to go into a fast lurker, fast meta, and then also be safe against an ARX.
Yeah, he's not going to die to any early aggression here.
Against an ARX.
Very safe build from Hero, getting that gas going. He will likely be going for a 2 base build, a 2 hatch build, but could end up throwing on that 2.5 hatch a little bit later. We'll have to see. That's more of his style, really. When I think of Hero, I don't really think 2 hatch muta. That's more of a Soma thing. Hero is much more of a macro player. He's been playing around with the Hydralisk Defiler build as well. So we may end up seeing that here on Fighting Spirit. That third base is very tempting to take and easy to hold there in the center left. So may end up seeing that this game now. A couple of Lings moving up here. A block on the ramp. Hero keeping a bit of ambiguity here in his main base as to what he's going for. And we're all just going to have to guess as to what that may be. Meanwhile, he's just going to be playing his game. He's already got the command center up. We'll be dropping down most likely a second barracks here very, very soon and going for a 2 Rex pressure. Now, still no third base up for Hero. So this is looking more and more like a 2 hatch play. We'll see if he throws down the third hatch in his main or at the third base, or if he's even going to build that at all.
I don't think he would do that. Still, up of a 12 pool, I think he would, if he build a third hatch, it will be on a third gas.
Here comes the Spire. And everything looking very, very standard here for Hero. We'll see how his micro holds up against Royal. Royal not in the death position here on Fighting Spirit. That's the bottom left. That's the place that's so incredibly hard to hold off a Mutalisk micro. Over here in the bottom right, it's not nearly as bad. It's still not good. This map is not a good map, but it's not as bad.
Favorite map.
It's not as bad as it could be, right? We've got Royal in the bottom right.
Position to defend first Mutas right now.
For sure.
Positionally.
For sure, yeah. He can hold this off. I'm not going to give an advantage either way so far. I think Royal did a bit of a better macro build.
Yeah, I think it's pretty even so far.
We've got a third base now going to go up into the top left.
Yeah,
so
he's got an eco advantage, but with the 12 pool, you're going for the faster Muta. It comes out a couple seconds. It comes out a couple seconds faster than if he went 12 patch.
And he's not going to have much on the map here to defend this upper left. So far, not throwing down that base just yet. But it looks like the plan here from Hero going to be completely standard Zerg play. Snag a base at another main, get some lurkers on that high ground, and then eventually push down into a fourth base. It's a style that we've watched many times, but it hasn't been very popular in the modern era here for Zerg play. They tend to get a lot more aggressive.
Many maps where you get that easy third that comes into the fourth, like on Fighting Spirit, though.
Yeah, there's been a lot more maps.
The Hydra Defiler style or Crazy Zerg style, I guess.
That's right. There's been a lot more two-player maps coming out. There's been a lot more maps like Odyssey and those
Nemesis doesn't have like an easy fourth or like easy third and fourth kind of thing. But Fighting Spirit is the most standard map there is.
I'm not sure I agree with you there. Definitely something like Polypoid maybe, but Fighting Spirit, man, I feel like this map is so outdated in the current stage of the game. I'm really sick of it.
I wish if they were going to bring back a map, I'd rather they bring back like Andromeda or Circuit Breaker.
Circuit Breaker's not too bad. Yeah, that's a decent map. I'm actually drawing a blank with Andromeda. Oh my god, wait a second. Mutalisk Rally.
Can't have that happen on 2 hatch.
Losing that Muta for free hurts incredibly bad. Now he's going to take an engagement here with the Lings and the Mutas. Maybe he can clean this up, but the reinforcements here perfectly timed. We're all going to come up and deal with these Mutas, push them away. Nicely done there. Pretty decent trading from both sides, but I think Royal definitely coming out in a better position there. Look at how many low HP Mutas are in this group. We're all going to retreat nicely as well. Ooh, losing a medic that is a bit of a pain. Medics are very frustrating to move around the map. Oh, that was a great volley. Hero actually picking off a ton of Marines here. Is he going to be able to finish off this group? It's looking really, really close. If he finishes off this group, he will be able to take that third base nice and easy. Yeah, he does get them all. And winning that battle means so much.
Yeah. You lost a lot of mutas, but it's worth it to keep map control.
Absolutely. Holding map control right now is essential. He doesn't have a Hydralisk Den yet. There it is. Hydralisk Den finally going to come down. I think this is going to be a Queen's Nest now as well. He saw the scan, so he knows probably not going to scan that location again. So immediately throwing down both tech buildings in that area. And Hero going to transition here, although he's hiding it very, very nicely. He's going to keep pressuring with these mutas, dealing a lot of damage to the mineral line here, but will have to pull back as Royal leaves the base. He does not want to lose a bunch of drones to a couple of stray Marines. Yeah, they're coming across the map, but Overlord's going to spot this. And oh my god, he actually got a muta there. That's crazy. Just happened to right-click the lowest HP muta and finishes that off.
This is, I think we're seeing the difference between the 2.5 hatch and the 2 hatch, because he just has so few drones compared to 2.5 hatch, and so few mutas, so little larva. Everything has to count so much more than 2.5 hatch.
Absolutely. We've got the evolution chamber now. Everything looking good for a transition here. He scans the main, he sees the hive, everything revealed. Roll knows that Hero not going to continue forever with this Mutalisk play. What does he have back at home? Has he added on the science facility? Looks like he's about to.
So. I think that's what's making him the star player right now.
Yeah, 2 science vessels about to pop out. And that'll be the end of the Mutalisk aggression as it's been going so far, because the Irradiates will be able to push this back. However, Hydra's about to pop out here. Lurkers will not be far away, and Hero should be able to hold on to these 3 bases. Now, will Royal go crazy and add on double dropship after this? Maybe even quad dropship to try and do the same as what he did to Sulky in that one game. It feels like it's his MO. He's just been doing the same thing over and over again versus Protoss. Let's see if he repeats it against Zerg as well. Gonna lose potentially.
Gonna throw away his whole muta group. One supply depot.
Oh my god, so much damage.
Oh no.
Almost every Mutalisk going down there. That was crazy, crazy amounts of irradiate damage. He does pick up that one SCV, or that one supply depot.
At least he got that supply depot there.
Oh man, that was rough on the eyes there. But back at home,
this is every time I do 2 hatch muta.
Yeah, it looks like we do have 2 lurkers ready there, and a bunch of Scourge in this group as well. Maybe he can dive on and kill a couple of science vessels. You can see Royal just so smart. Look at him. He's keeping his science vessels back at home. He knows they don't have enough energy for now to do any irradiates, so just leave them over top of these turrets. They won't get picked off. And no dropships, notably, so far.
I don't know if Royal needs to risk a huge doom drop right now. He's in such a good spot, killing those mutas for damaging those mutas so much, and he didn't really take that much damage from Hero.
Yeah, it looks like he's just going to continue on with the irradiate play, dropping a bunch of them on this stack of lurker here. There's gonna be
where's the Defiler?
1, 2 lurkers left. Defiler's still a little ways off. He's sending all the lurkers through. Okay, he's got 3 at the top left at least. And Royal just going to ping pong back and forth between the natural, or between this natural here and the third base, throwing down a ton of irradiates. And wow, that's a lot of macro hatches. Hero ramping up hard here, but he's gonna survive through this storm. Roll trying to break him in multiple locations. Nice job.
Over the lurker.
Nice job
Love
with the Overlord there. Just keeping that alive. I like the Mutas here with the Scourge in the main as well. He's predicting a drop coming through here from Royal. That's been his move throughout this series. So keep those in position. Overlords everywhere as well. Just making sure he's got vision over all parts of his base. Looks like another couple of irradiates gonna come through here very soon. But Hero is ready for that. Oh, maybe he goes D-Matrix here, actually. D-Matrix on a bunch of Firebats can break through stacked mutas or stacked lurkers here. Oh yeah, here we go. D-Matrix. 4 D-Matrix. AoE damage. Oh my god. All these lurkers gonna go down. He does have a bunch more to bring up the defense, but that's so many Firebats, and that's insane. He breaks through every single lurker. About 4 lurkers go down there. On the backside of that, he throws down a plague, but doesn't matter when you've got D-Matrixed Firebats. I don't think so. Every single lurker goes down. Why don't Terran players do this every game, man? He makes it look so strong. This is insane.
Pretty good.
Pretty damn good. The Dark Swarm here actually going to work against Hero for the time being. If the Marines decided to run underneath that, however they don't, they're just going to fight here in the open. Eventually it looks like this will be cleaned up, but so much momentum now for Royal on the map. He did lose quite a few of these science vessels, but still 3 here remaining. And a lurker under Dark Storm that shouldn't be broken. I don't see any more Firebats coming forward here, but Irradiate's going to be thrown down on everything. This Defiler going to get irradiated. The
Hero has Burrow, maybe. And actually, we'll see if he does the eraser trick or not.
Absolutely, he could do the eraser trick at this moment. Oh man, there's only 1 lurker on the high ground here.
Whatever comes out of that night is.
Oh, there's the eraser trick. He is going to kill a bunch of these drones here. He even gets that lurker as well. Only 1 lurker on high ground, not enough. So many drones going down here. Pure Ling popping out of the Nidus network, not going to be enough. He will get a consume down, but yeah, just going to run into the meat grinder here. Royal backing away and waiting for that Dark Swarm to finish up. He will end up crushing this base, it looks like. Another Dark Swarm coming down here. Hero holding on with the bare minimum of units at the moment. Another Radiate goes down on that lurker, and it does die as well. Even the hatchery is falling now, and another base coming up here for Royal. He's just macroing out of control. Serious like legendary macro from here or from Royal, and he takes his game. Hero taps out. Royal is victorious, and that's going to be the end. Hero, the final Zerg player, goes down to 4 D-Matrixed Firebats. That is definitely a Pimpus play, man. So sick.
That's what I was thinking. I feel like I've seen something like that before in a Pimpus play, but it was executed perfectly by Royal there.
Yeah, he thought he was so smart stacking his lurkers on top of each other, but there's always a way around it. There's always a counter for every move in Broodwar, and that was exactly it. 4 or 5 Firebats, D-Matrix running up the ramp, surround and kill every single lurker at the same time with that splash damage. That was an amazing break. That was a great and spectacular finish to an awesome week of Broodwar. Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate your ideas and everyone else out there who supports me on Patreon. So thank you very much, man. Anything you'd like to say?
Thanks for having me. Thanks for casting all these games and helping the community, just putting out all this great content for us. Really appreciate it.
It's my pleasure, dude. And thank you for coming on here tonight. Everybody back at home, love you, appreciate you. We're going to go to the final score screen And I will say goodbye. Goodbye. Goodbye, ideas. See you later, man.
Bye.
Okay, here's your final score screen for the week. We've got 7 for the Terran, 3 for the Protoss, and 5 for Zerg. Whew. We made it, boys. We made it through. It was at times a little bit awkward. I am so awkward when it comes to co-casting. I really need some more practice with that. Even just communicating in general, honestly, a little bit on the awkward side. So if you want to potentially get awkward with me on Discord and cast some games, you can check out the link in the description below. I know that a lot of you guys have been watching Broodwar forever. Ideas, he's been watching, I think even before I started watching. He was mentioning some names of casters that I've never heard of before, but he's been watching forever. I know a lot of you guys have been out there watching as well, kind of thinking, oh, what's it like to do some casting? And, you know, I don't have t-shirts. I don't have sponsors. I don't have a monetization for this channel. So that's the best that I can offer right now is an experience just hanging out with me and doing some casting and just checking out, trying it out, seeing what it's like. It can be fun for everyone. So I appreciate those of you who have tried. And those of you who are planning to in the future, just hit me up in Patreon. Thank you so much to everyone who supports the channel. I love you guys, and I will see you guys in the next week.
Dag, det gäller kamsers nadish. Or what up nesi meter song it is see. It's not never smart see. Regular on iPad now. And you're steady your own festival of Halloween and rush. Up sound so it's self with self and get it string along to strofa. Who is see that in that alien strofa? Okay, I was like our master knows did it. Then I would talk they go get the man and I get sit out for yeah, was it like yeah, fun maybe no is it. Now no so then another thing and as Nick so much you know. I need to store of my gas it fuck if you saw break man or run it yeah, it's no as it having it off or circle lyrics in the you know is the was no idea that Nessie meter so much the old match this is here off nip much this is here you ain't yeah like you're making some of that. Then I was Nicky Snowmoose answer the net. See if seen him enough in the week nach that. Logie, when it enough in it circle of a large do, even exert here when the circle is a good man. So, yeah, we'll try it and that man not right used there one so much it. You know, it's a reverse benefit versus by eat fuck if I did run it. I was that jerks, no finger series in the hopsage. He live that upstairs now, he was not enough for the circle, he was not. And I that do shit so me like a remake what I said there I'll follow with pops there's not home and that and they no I've never really one so I can make it look young ideas now you know I see it and that opposite it what that opposite it that's not everything in my girl right door when he's the air is it my makes it just the way the shit her girl there's yeah he throw off in that speech because it's such no and this is where I'm gonna see him and they Nadish, more for a hero, sister of the sea, wish you know, he made him reflect was sister, no, see, I see it, seen him, and I can expert when I'm very fit, not out. I'll shine what's him such there, girl likes kiss or girls in the nesting a brisbane. Eat the lot fun, even your gun, red up in the frost, and next and next, not, but every gap choking it again him. The last and more fun, you mixers down home. But such girls, no less than the regular really was it Boston and roads and locked up some roads. Oh, lucky as a sick off stick, and I know it knock her across the sir, the not seen him see if there's anything in it. This is the biggest need, circle, let's not reach the cast sister from this, but I see you. Never the meal or seen him was there, and it wasn't no, this is like the still. It asked the hair one more circle, and that's there's gas smucker. Shin if you're on, there's no neck, the neck is no in him, yeah, foot getting in an audience. Shin if rock circles eat the moment, niet ben ik naar van niet maar cirkel er is niet cirkel was het soort lang op plus zo wine absurd ja ik heb zo besmet dat we misschien niet was niet ja en er is still as er almost niet in gully feeler ran roach stuk is there roach stuk is dat ja, no, maar slim, maar we is toch mee, is niet naar is heel snel dat man, no, dat snurs nu juist in de nacht, nog wel eens in de nacht, de brand roads, de gitter, roads, zo meer roads, there Laura, when the city are good on, there is bizarre guys, one, there's no research, man, you must go either, the number snips off near there, where you can you hours is down home, glass and there's down, snore what's give, nice, got me. There's no set up my road line. You still not access no gears. See, the laws that that's not here and that's a nasty cat version. She did mate, it's not nearly to yes, near us, no, see, yeah, we're not only a good one, and it fell in the skip. That's not Harry, not in the skip, and she will sit the hand of the laws that Harry see. More from your maxed death lesson from your maxed death. And then she will sit here in the hour and get scrapped, not is to see. Very certain after a month, they call the boy, there's no garage at all on it. Very him what's it a bit out, let's read no opposite night at a moon, not is this no moose under the yes, this thing making him the opposite made him the alpus need 50 alpus need the hell it's see. So seems as long as there's kind of Venus, yeah, you know what's research, I know what's. Ja, nej, det märker jag här då. No, så det är inte min musik som är det är så snart. Snurfen uit zitten nou nog met hem heel vrees naar het al was niet opzet dat zeer snel ja ik liever ik weet niet nou en zeer snel doe nou wat over je aan je paps naar homes nacht hier in rol van nieuw versam zo uit niet gedaan niet leucht sorry nest dit niet maar I really smart, such not more or is not the blouse and I don't explore much now. I guess the more would skip, but I recently mean a more sleep dog. Yeah, more and the end in there, you knock, that's a recently Mr. Field. See me, Mr. Daniel, excellent, but there waste the blouse, so I get it ever off my day. Actually, you get up to the garage, but not. Oh, did he never knock, that's a ricky, and all about there, yes, never all about down my ear. Yeah, sitting in me, get those stress or me, get those stress or no, such no Nej, I'm så snine mine maar vliegen wow, waan je afraad erin zei, joh, en healer zijn nog raak nee niet leuk. Maar het lim is niet zo is hier aarschen en ik zei die fit. Maar zo is even niks meer slim met dan. Dat bij je apps en die is kind of zijn. Ja, was het zo zien er hier apps zie er niet gewoon er wel was er zo goed niet nog. Sorry, Mr. Field is niet naar deze. Ja, opzet is er ook niet vast, er is er ook is dat je. Dat me de maar is niet aan deze, maar voor kindjes is er niet niks ready bij one right out op zijn misleiding. En nou dat is. Er is een shit, want er verdient was er zo straight up available en ben am zich die. Maar ja, lief somewhere. It's er near if staan in Murphy daar wat nou ik niet nog raak. Wow, knocker. Maar, en even de serie, er vind ik veel op, nou, ik zie jij nou. Nou, deze niet al wel, maar snel kan. Maar ik zat er van, dat er heel vreemd. Die betwijfel ik zie, je was even, ja, dat is vooral wat aan, en dat is maar voor je te zien erop, ik vind dat. Ik geloof je mij misschien niet, maar ik geloof me niet, maar dat men nog niet zo snel wie die op zo ja, ziet er zo man van de weg wat je er ik aan het kijken last gas gelief schreven aan melden dat doen en even dat ben je wat snash dan miller aan maar heel little en af en I will leave the sure I understand that it'll be on the snow of what and that leaf niet en as nee dat is zo miller so dat is girlfriend you and that hurry that will be off and off as called bell was het nu ook zien ik nu dollar wat dan maar I'm loading and fucking fix that dollar voor no whale for girl Mrs. No just snow we yell Oi, films que me lirado spider it. See if they're off at the side, north of the off and you know, see if they're Very huge necessity. Always the Marcel really remember. Pas je hebt erover zit wedstrijd, die is in hem na. Ja, niet dat is nou wie hem zit. Het was er wel heel goed. Of nou niet, ja, niet veel benieuwd stil. En hij niet meer heel lekker. Nee, hij nee, wel not zeer heel. Maar het er niet heel hard op slaat zitten en ik zit not ver de daar stief. Nou, op zit ik er with a wheel of bar. Dat is not city. Slaat het mijn papa slaat erom. Nee. Well, they'll be exit fuck if minutes a under for a foot on what is just me still here if I don't do it bar. Snin after off, whereas the national on us that still as years in this national feels that are here with your misshade. Maar, nou, for their best ja had all, there's ja, wat al heel it's is it. Wel heel hier. Own little an orange more like that. And we did a snarf fun is there's ja for Monday to be you know. Either year, zelfs ja, maar smers niet. Zie wat we de biggest mis, had ik heb in ons zie al. En dan echt nou weer ik zeg dat. Als het nou als het vast ligt en echt nou ze dus gaan. Nou brees niet echt, misschien niet easier. Het is dus niet echt. Zie dat maar snel je meer snel ik zie gewoon er ik maar you know. Heel skilled set dat maar neer wel wat ik net in mijn niks drof but dat is snel feeler. Het is lit fit out bij there of well, often in my theory, if we as a name and it's no full, but see, like I've been on cystic. Most night gets sacked that I can unside. That I can say, and I'm the air position if it's snow, see, they get out now. That now, but even still as muscas, we snow ween if yes, the chin if sick and salt, but they're off, but I can leave the shin snow, so like it exists that's it. Smees, there you were here, but you know, just got on to you, so I for he lady, and I look safe through, and the show was just in it, and that's the deal, and the other's right. And this is rough. Sneer, wat don't be rough. Sit fuck if believe the sheer for wanneer sneer rutland of diep zoals je heet. Geld nog wel wat heb ik label wish. Het roller wat nog boven ja, roller was dus beetje zien serie he nuts in the next bush to see that raw. Shin if sudden and I can get set up which nights is roast by or in the game such drugs are had a shirt is easy quan on rope so ja had die seal shaded when you pops the next bush tree safer Mr. Illness and my self surfaces can look here if vanity here if so surfaces can eat you break yourself a lot as it there's for that get on the one wait the wheel like your minute there's half a video see there's Ay, the net deep singers that one let's sit the way what I can get that fun Nilo send the see keep himself now I'm slung off my nerds and no we finally that man now be able to that there's no meter was the save earth that night in Miss Norge the earth in East and the match love it I save earth I this max so different och ser när vi sen anser det när för att girl feels när was good anything is that very kina had best in the guild bar that say earth när för där snars du snack vi was max att jag sen där var för on scene man that there shit like that hirsch gesa and that say even at work to be can leave this Heel Niller at the Gervier if sie Niller see the one Niller and I that bro folks get so in that and he smack you with life and you are Snilkers no Neil bar girls could say me and snitty he's the way even if he's it's like seen in my hissel up see we see the all schnick and I can slang it unfit her sharp but not up to less neffets out of but we're here man and then they get out me healer when they should have not and I believe that and that he's got list me stealer and these view with ZZV this year summon it when the ZZV savior from the ma it's up so yeah I'm your feeler and nibs a hacks it's up so yeah her old foot and see audition no not from the day was your feet had a wibble is they're all for prevent Nipsey helps it, mas Bill Casget. Nis vegetariër zelf speelt neer servier even. Als niet lipsy, wauw, Nipsey helpt me naar ik na hier series zitten. Zitten en ik net er helemaal heel weird. Siskan. Snurf. Maar nou scan nou wie dat wil nou van de echt naar de zie hier als een echt in arrow voor de hele missen. Hey en je ik ga dus naar mail beslag en ik wil weer zo met dit zien. In morgen gaat nee. Je hebt een hele missie ben ik zit niet daar voor al wat ben je wissen naar is. Maar nou ik wil ja, we net up and on our rip. There as a sort of niet 50 slag in rust gaat Mr. Raffy investee. Je schrijft hem niet Raffy of zak je schrijft is dat nou stuur wel op zo'n en Raffy of zak zet is er ook wel even naar skate. Maar zo snel get het de moment die stil of stick there het weer zo snel en bezet en or was wel dat speaks net de rots hey ik je naam zat. Hier steer Noors de zon ik zo. Nee, men ik geen ops. Hey, en die is gaan ook zijn die en daar is dan ook niet in mijn very mag niks in de shoot. Person gips het los en in oors. Hey, de weather pas nader. Maar is niks in de echt mis nader. Dat is dus niet de was strof, ik is gelijk strof, zo ik het aan dan het zelf zo over zo'n echt. Maar hij is beslacht. Ik geef en ik wil als geluisterd is nou of er was nou we nog is naar deze dit niet nog. Dat get nog aan. Serious there is. Zeker hij reaps nog is nou even zo wat is niet de stap. Real dit zegt net zeker waar of maar net zeg ja ik zeg net zo ja. En dan is nou maar helpt naar deze. Nee, mag ik niet. Daar is het niet meer. Dat is heel hoe zeg je dat is nou hoe ik met nou net. Serieel, dat ja zo op zo'n man dan is er weg zit. Dat loopt zijn en is neer getrokken van is erop en nee, laat zien er eigenlijk nog. Schroei. Nou, deze lauw, maar deze die zit heel zo opgetrokken van. Ja, dat is nummer voor de kanaal op het snel. Hey, ik vind er je mag er wat is nou deze durf. Or series je bent nu ook zitten. Ja, niet zo niet van alles in je opzij. Nee, ik van alles aan. First time, zin niet naar ziel met haar niet. Heel met haar niet ze in hem op smeek. Ik moest van me hissen or afvlug me hissen or. Hij neemt snack daar ik van haar zoet. Nou, die is durf daar verloren. Als me ik eerlijk moest heb ik in de geval. Maar serieel, maar snack. Wat is snel? Als hij go sneller heen hem once. Ja, lol, ik was al weer ik ben al nieuw ziet. Nee, nieuw ziet er precies als er iets snurrig beter dan net. Ik heb scary hebben net. Zeer saai nog bij de fijne. Groot, sta ik was al veel. Ja, maar is de zee. Heel aan. Ik zit er ik ben al gezegd. Real girls there yeah run up and the is they were nog echt wel vast in there hier voor in ik ben wrong there are the next more yelling are you know we're making in so caps in is niet wie zit op vast in het darsen maar je ziet ik dat you with a nothing where ik happy and see that because it all vamos a hacer una. Yo digo, y es no sé, no, todos los modelos y no digo, yo digo, no, 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 no,